already whining about it. Damn.
Everybody's whining. Okay.
Alright, start over. Welcome to Whine About It, episode 2.
Episode 2. So far, so good. So far, it's the best podcast on Twitch. Easily. I'm in LA.
I think we're the only podcast on Twitch.
Scuffed podcast.
I forget, because I feel like Train never does that anymore. But I guess he did one last week. Well, great new episode 2. Exciting news is Whine About It is now on Spotify and Apple Music. Pog.
Hooray!
For the audio listeners, I am dabbing because I've decided it's funny in 2021.
Wow, we have audio listeners.
We have audio listeners that don't know that I ironically dab, and it's become unironic because I think it's funny now. So very cool. Wait, what were you doing?
I flipped him off.
Why?
It was a secret.
I'm out here being nice.
The lighting is weird. Can you shut the fuck up, Bernie? Just shut up. Shut up.
This is not a good impression on our audio listeners.
Sorry.
This is a bad start. Bernie, I think you should talk more.
Is the lighting actually bad, Chat? Do we need to do something? I feel like it's the same.
I think it's literally the same as last
I think it's
time.
pretty similar. It's gotta be pretty close.
We do have a cat this episode and a dog this episode.
It's fine.
And the cat is currently stepping on the dog, and we'll see when the dog notices.
Okay.
he is making biscuits on the dog. Are you making biscuits on Swiffy? You guys can't see Swift's face, but it is right here, and the cat is making biscuits on him. Well, yeah, so...
Why do I have this one?
We're supposed to make a moment out of pouring the wine, or opening the wine, and you just did it.
What kind of moment do you want?
Because the podcast is called Whine About It. Today's wine is...
Mayomi Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir?
Perfect. Welcome to our wine podcast. We have Pinot Noir. And Naomi. Naomi's Pinot. Well, great. This is this week's episode of
This is so
Whine About It. I keep
ridiculous.
saying the same thing over and over again. That's our bottle. You guys can see our bottle next to mine. That's from last week. We'll save all of the bottles we drink.
That's so cute.
And I can drink this week. So, that's the most exciting.
Wait, for the audio listeners? Audio listeners, I just peed in the studio.
Audio listeners, I have great cleavage today. And I want you to know that. Because I never have cleavage. And
Same.
It's purely shadows.
Should we talk about that?
Never having cleavage?
Yeah.
We can start. That could be our starting topic.
That's our starting topic. When I was little, I thought I was going to have nice boobs because my mom did. And then I realized later that it was because she had a double mastectomy. She had breast cancer, so they were fake.
Oh. That sucks.
Actually baited. Hard.
Okay, let me tell you about this girl, Christy. That's her real name, by the way.
Oh, God.
I meant to come up with a fake one, but I forgot.
Why would you say that? Just act like it's a fake one. What's wrong with
That's
you?
her fake name, by the way.
Oh my God, Cutie.
Christy went to the Mormon church with me. And I was in like 5th grade, and Christy all of a sudden was getting some boobs. I was going to say bobas. But then I realized our audio listeners probably go outside, and so they don't know what boba is. She had some boobs. And she was wearing a bra. I didn't wear a bra until 6th grade. That's how late I was at
I didn't wear a bra
Philosophy.
until 7th.
Maya's like, I still don't wear a bra.
I pretty much don't.
Yeah, I didn't have a bra until 6th grade. But she was in a full bra in 5th grade. And I was like, Christy... I was convinced if I got a bra, I would have boobs.
Sure. Well,
I
sure.
know.
Okay.
But in 5th grade, it made sense. So I was like, Christy, how did you get your mom to give you a bra?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, they got so big, she had to give me a bra. And I was like, I thought there was, I thought like in life you could earn it. And I was like, well, how did they get so big? And she dead ass said to me, she said, I don't pray for anything else besides big boobs.
Stop.
That's what she said to me.
Oh my God.
And I was
Ow.
like, damn, Jesus does have favorites.
Oh.
I remember thinking that. I was like, and so that night.
You prayed?
Stop! No, wait. This is important. That night I went home and I crossed my arms and I was like, Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. And I was like, I can't ask for anything else besides big boobs. So I have so much I need. I would like to keep my family safe. I would like my food to make me healthy and strong. But Christy said, I can't pray for anything besides big boobs. And I didn't do it. I prayed for my family to be safe because I had an anxiety disorder. I said, may we please be safe. Please keep us safe. Make sure my grandma's safe. Make sure my mom knows I love her. Make sure my dad's safe.
That's actually funny. I just realized that all the draping's done. It looks so good.
I chose family over boobs.
Respect.
But who knows where I could be right now if I would have just prayed for those boobs.
Probably in the same place.
Maybe it's manifesting. Prayer is just manifestation. And people talk about manifestation. You know who talks about manifestation a lot? Is Bella Porch.
Really?
She says she manifested her entire career. And so I tried. I'm talking your ear off, I know. I'm sorry. Welcome to the podcast. Just me yelling things at Maya and her laughing and telling me bad take. I listened to Bella Porch on H3H3's podcast where she talked about how she like manifested her career and wrote things down. So I was like, okay, this is it. This is literally this year. I got my dry erase. I went into my bathroom. It's still in there. You can see it. And I wrote up in the top left, I wrote 500,000 on YouTube. 5,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch.
Thanks, Dennis.
Make one friend. That was my goal for this year.
Speaking of H3H3, you know who we should talk about today?
Did you not? You just glazed over all my goals and dreams.
You'll hit 500, okay, on YouTube.
And? I
didn't hear the other part. I was thinking subs.
You've changed. You're so selfish.
We're gonna hit 500. Cutie's gonna hit 500K on YouTube because we're filming a video tonight on Omegle.
We are. Our first Omegle video.
Our first Omegle video.
After a few of these.
Yep.
I really wanted to make a charcuterie board and I didn't get around to it because I had to take my friend to the airport.
It's gonna be Wine About It Omegle edition on Cutie's YouTube channel.
Hell yeah. So sub to the YouTube unless you hate fun. Sorry, you were going H3H3. Ignoring my hopes and dreams and goals.
Right.
Yeah.
You know who we should talk about?
Who?
Today.
Oh no. Who?
Hassan.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
We should talk about Hassan. Mods, change the title. Talking about Hassan.
Oh god.
Maya.
Okay.
What'd you spill on?
I didn't spill anything.
I heard a splash.
I literally didn't.
This is a new podcast room.
Clip it. So I didn't spill anything. We had dinner with Hassan yesterday. We had a very nice dinner yesterday. It was very fancy.
Ludwig paid for it. I had intentions of paying for it.
She did intend on paying for it, and then she went to the bathroom and Led put his card down.
Right when the check came.
Yep. Nice.
Hey.
We got charcuterie boards, and,
I forgot about those. That made me so sad we didn't make one today.
This is such a good podcast.
Is it
yeah.
bad? Do you think it's bad right now?
No, I think it's fine.
I think it's good. You're making me feel like my comments are bad. You're making me self-conscious.
I ate a rotten grape. Earlier.
From the charcuterie?
No.
Oh.
This morning.
Uh-oh.
I ordered food.
You need to write down what you want to talk about because you're jumping all over the place.
We're talking about charcuterie.
Mods, write it down.
I don't actually want to talk about Hassan.
I do. Continue. This morning,
I got breakfast, and I was eating breakfast on the road. Well, on a bench outside. And I was eating the grapes, and I ate a rotten grape, and this man walked by me while it was in my mouth, and I didn't want to be impolite and spit it out, or gross. But he was walking by, so I just swallowed it. It was awful. I didn't like it at all. That's what you get for having anxiety, I guess.
That sucks for you.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
That doesn't sound very good.
So it's on.
So charcuterie, we don't have one, but we wish we did. Charcuterie is just adult Lunchables.
True.
And I love it so much. I also love Lunchables so much. Except for the pizza one. That's the pizza sauce and the pizza one smells awful. And we all need to agree on that. And if you were one of those kids that wanted the pizza one, you are now probably, haven't showered today, I bet.
Pizza Lunchables?
Any kid that liked the pizza Lunchable, you turned out weird.
I really liked the cracker
Cheese. Uh-oh.
The cracker sandwich ones.
Hassan.
Jesus Christ.
Again.
Please, why?
Here we go again. Okay, let's talk about him. Hassan. For people who don't know context, he's racist. I'm just kidding, he's not racist. He has been canceled and dragged on Reddit and Twitter and the internet again. But he almost likes it, I think. Because he made a whole he makes money off of being canceled, which is not something I've thought of.
He read comments for like 3 hours today.
Yeah.
Read LSF comments for like 3 hours. Or I think he did. Whenever I clicked into his stream, he was reading comments.
And I think that's genius. And next time I get canceled, I'm going to go and I'm going to read every single comment. And I'm going to end stream when I cry. That's going to be the title. And I'll just read every comment. And then once I cry, it's like, you laugh, you lose, but...
What was your first hate comment?
My first take?
Your first hate comment.
Oh.
I have mine screenshotted.
Wow. You have yours screenshotted?
Yeah.
I think I used to be... I made it my, God, I don't even know. I'll just go into Austin's chat and check logs.
Mine was July 11th, 2019. From Diopo on Reddit. Said, how is she even popular? She's like a 3 out of 10 desperately trying to hide it with makeup.
That is so true about you.
This is the first... That's the first hate comment I ever read. So it's...
Wow.
It's there forever.
I'll be real, I'm not immune to them.
Nobody is.
Are you?
No!
No, Ludwig is immune.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
I promise.
No, he's not.
I have never met a boy who has better head on his shoulders than that guy. He is immune. He doesn't see them as people. He doesn't see them as real comments. He sees them as a jumble of words don't matter to him. It is genuinely impressive.
I slapped Lud today. Like, hard. In the face.
It's so weird because I went to the airport and I could have brought you with me.
True.
Sorry I didn't invite you.
I didn't want to go.
Oh, okay. Oof, thank God.
I just read a book all day. Today was the first day in a really long time that I actually haven't had things to do. I read a book. I was on my phone. I went for a fucking 2.5 hour walk. And that was pretty much it. And I ate some custard buns.
Well, I purposely didn't plan a stream this morning for us to do because I felt like we'd talk.
Yeah.
And then it would ruin. I've honestly been trying not to talk to her.
Yeah,
since she got here. Besides
she
about
broke skin. I didn't hit Lud that hard. Relax.
No way. Did you?
No. He came upstairs. He's like, Mike, can you do me a favor? I was like, sure. He's like, can you slap me in the face? I was like, right now? And he's like, yeah. So I went downstairs and I hit him. I took my rings off first and I slapped him. He was red though. I hit him pretty hard.
Ouchie.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Okay. So Cutie and I haven't talked for what? It's been about a month since the last wine about it?
It's been a month since the last wine about it. And I've been drowning busy. You have been busy, I assume.
Always.
Yeah, and I think in the past month we've only called each other like maybe 5 times.
Not even. Probably.
Not even.
Maybe 5.
So this is our last episode.
Prior to that, Cutie and I were like every other day, like hours.
Yeah. I've been busy, number one. You've been busy. Well, even I would call you even if you were busy, but I think it's just because I was busy. But then at the same time, sometimes I'll pick up the phone to call Maya and tell her something, and I'll be like, I have to save it for the podcast.
That's so healthy.
It's not. Were you making a joke? Because
Yes,
it's not healthy and it's not okay, but that's what we have to do.
That was a joke. Tell me the things.
The success. What do you mean, tell me the things? We haven't finished one topic yet.
Would you like more structure? We don't have anything written down.
I would like to know what you think about what we were talking about. Charcuterie. Do you like it?
What?
Oh my god, this is important to know. Brooke AB's mother is a fan of the podcast. Mama AB, if you're out there, I see you. I'm a fan of you for making Brooke. I go to girls' night. By the way, guys, no big deal. I don't want to flex, but I did get invited to something.
That's actually crazy. She never gets invited to
anything.
anything.
I never get invited to anything. I'm always the one inviting people. Brooke AB invited me to this girls' night. That was lovely. It was put together so well, and Brooke came up to me and she's like, I want your opinion on it because you're the event person. And I was like, this is this is nothing compared to camp in the way that, like, this is gorgeous and camp is the camp. Like, there's a dramatic difference. Like, hello? You don't need my opinion. This is out of the world. So she put this together. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. And I thought it was casual. I thought we were showing up and eating charcuterie. My favorite. And you walk in and there's this giant balloon arch of pink balloons and Brooke's wearing pink and I'm underdressed. I'm in yoga pants and a sweatshirt. And I was like, uh-oh, was there a theme? And she was like, no, I just wanted to wear pink. And I was like, great. She had a bar. Everything was sponsored. Her personal party was sponsored. Can you imagine being that with it? I can't even get my stream sponsored.
That's wild, actually.
It was crazy. So I go to the bar.
I was gonna ask how she paid
for it? Yeah. Sponsored. I think she had some out of pocket, but it was majority sponsors. I go to the bar. Again, private event. I go to the bar, and it has 3 cocktails, and at the bottom it says sponsored by of the cocktail menu. And I was like, Brooke, you genius. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, so I had a drink. I was so shy. I'm really, really shy. Sometimes. It depends who I'm with.
I'm shy with streamers, and I feel like I'm not with people that aren't. Have you noticed that? Like, when we're at events or something, I will go out of my way to talk to the people that are not streamers.
Why are you like that?
I don't know. I prefer them, I guess.
I prefer the normal people. And sorry guys, Swift is so cute, and I feel like you can't see him, and it's tragic. But we have, like, a London thing happening here. Swift, my dog, audio listeners, is cuddled up under a blanket, of which the cat is on top of him. It's very cute, and the cat's licking himself. Anyway, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm not. If it's smaller, I'm really pleasant. If there's, like, 4 people, I'm the life of the party. But when there's so many people, I don't, because people are standing in groups. And so I have to decide where to go stand.
Yeah, fuck that.
And I'm like, oh my God.
I just wouldn't.
I spent my whole time with Emma. Emma Langevin. She has the black hair and she is hilarious and amazing. And the whole time we talked about being too anxious to, like, make friends.
Nice.
And so it was good conversation, actually. I genuinely enjoyed her. I haven't spent much time with her until that night, and she was great. Anyway. And it wasn't cliquey, of course. If I stood somewhere, I'm sure they'd be inviting and welcoming, but it was just like, I don't know what I'm going to talk to anybody about, literally. And so, blah, blah, blah. Everyone gets there. All of a sudden, do you know what a sound bath is?
No.
We have a sound bath. And it is the most LA shit I've ever been a part of in my life.
Like, you go in somewhere, and it's like...
No, there's yoga mats in the backyard.
Okay.
We all go lay down, and there's a woman... who's beautiful, by the way. She's in yoga. She's in a yoga costume. Uh-huh. She's in sports bra and leggings, a yoga costume, yeah.
Right.
And she has these, like, big crystal bowls in front of her, and she puts her finger or something in them,
and you just lay there.
It's like Amaranth stream.
Did it
live
work?
Well, I didn't know how serious everyone was going to take it because I'm just not that person, and so we all sit down. And I sit crisscross applesauce. I'm ready. Pokemon's next to me. No big deal. Don't freak out. And they're like, she's like, okay, everyone lay down. And I'm like...
I don't trust people enough for that.
Exactly. That's why I was like, I'm not going to lay down. I look around. Everyone starts laying down. I go, oh, shit. We're laying down. Okay. I say that out loud. I'm laying down. It's freezing. And she does her... We listen to the whales, you know?
Sure.
Like... She goes around with her rice in a tin, and it sounds like the rain. It was... The whole time I was like, this is a little long. This is a little long. This is...
What's it supposed to do? It's supposed to be relaxing.
Yeah. But it was just so... The people presenting it was a company named Aloe. Have you ever heard of them? They sponsored it. They sponsored this whole thing. But they gave us... Okay, we had... I'm sorry if I'm going to talk about this a lot, but I've never been to a party like this. And I didn't get to call you and talk to you about this. It was... We got stuff. I got stuff.
Yeah. Like Uggs and shit.
I got Uggs and shit. And she's like, we finished our sound bath. I'm like, I'm going to clean now. And
a vibrator.
We didn't get a vibrator.
That's huge.
We'll get there. We're not there yet.
Sorry.
Relax.
That's so on track with what you were saying. I just chimed in. You...
shut up, okay? This is mine and the Cats podcast. And we get to keep the yoga mats.
Right.
What the heck?
Because
of course.
you touched them.
And then the aloe people are like, oh, and here's a whole goodie bag. They give us a bra and underwear and like some other yoga because Brooke had us fill out this form with our sizes.
Put in your bra size?
No, it was a sports bra. It was a sports bra. It was a sports bra.
I was like, I'd be so scared. Okay.
What, you think people are going to make fun of you?
No, what a weird thing. I would just
like,
be like, why?
You gotta go pray about it. They'll get bigger.
You're right.
Just pray about it. Yeah, so we get that, and then we go for our little dinner. She had this table set up outside. We have a dinner. There's sushi. I don't eat sushi, so I was like, I'm hungry.
Oh, no.
I was so hungry.
You just sat there while everybody ate?
I had a great conversation.
Damn.
And at one point they had chicken skewers, and I got one chicken skewer and one beef skewer, and I was like, I'm starving. I had 3 cocktails, but Ludwig agreed to pick me up that night, so I was drinking. But anyway, I was really hungry. Then we go inside, and we get more presents. It's like Christmas.
Of course.
We got Uggs, we got Ugg leggings, we got Ugg top, we got the vibrator, we got whole face stuff. We got everything. And it was all sponsored.
So can we talk about the vibrator?
Yes.
Because it was like a one for like clits, right?
Yeah.
It's like a vacuum.
It has a clit sucker on it. I'm so sorry, YouTube. Please don't demonetize this. That is...
Bleep it out.
It's human science. Half of chat doesn't know what it is. Let's be honest.
That sounds really unpleasant.
I've not used it.
I'd be really
It's
scared.
still in my car. I don't understand. Yeah. Brooke says it's amazing.
Hmm?
But what's interesting is, no, I don't think I can say that. Sorry, chat. Anyway.
Are you censoring for YouTube?
No, I'm censoring for, like, stories that people tell at girls' night that I don't know.
Okay, then don't.
Yeah.
Let's not talk
but
about.
This is, hey, a learning moment from QTCinderella. She stopped. And that's impressive.
That's actually huge for her.
This is big for me. I do not think before I talk. It just comes out.
Drake's in chat for cutie. Yeah, that's huge.
Woo! Anyway, but yeah, everyone, the best. I vlogged some of it because everybody else was vlogging and I didn't get the memo. So I was like, and started vlogging.
Oh my god.
And at one point, I turned to Tina, who opens the vibrator, and she goes, "What the is this?" It was just like so funny because it's Tina.
You know what I was surprised by is how much Lily swears.
Oh my god, Lily is so
I don't
funny.
really watch Lily but like I was sitting next to her. She's like very quietly practicing her song, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed. It's just me and Lily, like in this empty auditorium or whatever the Christmas concert was. She's sitting 2 seats away from me practicing. She's like, Rudolph the Red-Nosed. And I was like, what? She would like practice, and then I guess she would mess up. I didn't even hear her mess up, and she'd be like, I was like, whoa, all right.
Dude, Lily's so sick.
It was really funny.
For those of you who don't know, at a Christmas concert yesterday,
it was
Lily
so
was there.
good. They all know.
They don't know.
They literally all know.
Chat. Some of you don't know.
Want to chat if you knew.
You can't even see chat.
I literally have it right here.
There's a few twos. There's a few twos.
They're lying.
Some people missed it. They were busy. They went outside yesterday.
It was a Christmas concert that Cutie put on. Wow, it was amazing. Cutie, Lud, Lily, Natsumi,
Leslie.
Austin,
Can't forget
Leslie sang.
TJ Brown.
TJ Brown. They were nuts.
Ex-girlfriend on the piano. Amazing.
It was really good.
It was great. I think, yes, chat, Maya didn't sing, but we're not actually mad at her. It was nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
It was bad. I didn't sing on pitch the entire day, but I don't feel bad about it. Usually, I think, like, when you do bad performing, like, I forgot the words to every song, I would beat myself up about it. Like, years ago, I think I'd beat myself up about it. Yeah. But I'm like, bitch, you worked hard yesterday. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I could have sang completely, like, with my freaking ears plugged. I don't care. I just wanted to have fun, and I did a great job.
You did do a great job.
And that's
there you go. Holy
that's the first time I've ever said that after an event.
I was literally going to say I've never heard you speak like that about yourself ever.
I did a great job.
I'm so impressed.
I did a good job.
Nice. Good.
Yeah. I think it was one of my best, like, easiest events.
Yeah.
Well, it was really stressful. I mean, we spent many hours setting up, but I finally am getting to the point when it comes to events to trust other people. I mean, you saw Taylor yesterday. She was running around doing 100 things. So I think it can only get better. I hope. It was pretty smooth. I need a better camera. I think next year I'm going to do, for the people that don't sing, like Maya or Hassan or Will or Myth. Like, I have all these friends out here that don't sing. And, like, even Hassan and Will wanted to come and sit in the audience, and they were late, of course. But I want to do, like, a skit and make them do, like, you know, Jesus in the Manger skit. Just to include them, to include more people. Because people want to be a part of that stuff. They think it's fun. And
yeah. Man,
I have to say, I can talk about this because it was my own mistake, and I feel comfortable talking about my own mistake because it's the thing I told you earlier. Yeah. Really?
I don't know what you're Oh.
I can say this.
I mean, you can.
Okay.
I don't see why.
I thought about it. See, we're checking. We're good. Leslie, who literally... Okay, the Christmas concert is on my YouTube today. And 90% of the comments are like, Leslie stole the show. She did amazing.
Yeah, she did.
She sang this version of Last Christmas that I didn't know even existed. And it was like, I could listen to it every day. She sang Last Christmas. It was beautiful. And before she went on, I would like try to make jokes. And I didn't think any of these through, by the way. And I just talk. And so I talk about how, like, Last Christmas is, like, a pretty sad Christmas song, if you really think about it. And I, like, give this speech where I'm like, Last Christmas is, like, a really sad song about how you give your heart to someone and then they, you know, keep it. Like, are you okay, Leslie? Like, are you good?
She's so dumb. QT was saying all this, and I was like, there's no way she's thinking her now.
I wasn't thinking.
I was like, when is she gonna stop?
I thought to myself I could make this joke with anybody, right? Because it's a sad song. So I'm sitting there making this joke, and then it hits me, and I bet if you watch the stream, you can see the moment.
I saw it.
Because I sit back and I go,
yeah.
Because I realized I think it's fine to say. I mean, it's obvious. It's out there. Leslie was engaged last year, and she's not engaged this year. And I felt like the biggest jerk in the. I didn't even. Oh my god.
And she was just like, yeah, I'm doing okay.
Yeah. I did not even think about it, and I guarantee you can watch it back and see the moment it hits me, and I think to myself, like, because it was a joke I was going to make no matter what, because it's just a sad song. It's like the only sad Christmas song that was sang, and oh my god, I feel like such an asshole, but I didn't think about it. I literally, yeah, so anyway, we're working on it. It's okay. I know it's Leslie. She, like, even if I... No one in the world would be serious about that. Like, imagine having that moment. Like,
yeah.
I was just trying to make a joke, and I didn't even think about. It's all right. Next time. But that event went swimmingly, and then we went to dinner afterwards.
Yes.
Who was your favorite person at dinner last night? You know, stirring up some drama.
Hassan's brother.
Hassan's brother is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really fun to talk to.
He's really smart. Has he talked about what he does on stream?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, they know him.
They know him. Yeah, he's been on stream.
Man, he was an aerospace major, and he
builds airplanes.
He's a spacecraft engineer for Boeing. And I had, like, the coolest conversations with him. He was sick.
He's very funny because Austin and I have a fear of flying. And so there's certain...
Oh my god. Her and Austin...
We were a bad duo together.
Her and Austin were talking about... They were like, I'll never take this model plane. No.
I will never fly on a Boeing 737-8 Max.
And then he chimes in and he's like, what the f*** are you talking about? Why?
Because they have the most fatalities.
Like, in the last 2 years, that is the worst stats I've ever heard in my life.
They had an issue with you'd go in the air and it would have, like, system failures of some kind, and it wouldn't let pilots override it. That's messed up. But you know what? I haven't even told you about this. I go meet Tubbo. Tubbo's in town.
Still?
Big fan. No. Oh. I wish. I'm sorry.
Sad.
Tubbo's in town. I'm a big fan of Tubbo. I go meet Tubbo. I walk in. I'm like, Tubbo, so nice to meet you, blah, blah. I sit down with Wilbur and Tubbo and a few other people, and they start talking about plane crashes.
Oh, no.
Tubbo and Wilbur...
It was targeted.
I think it might have been. Tubbo and Wilbur they have an obsession about plane crashes.
That's weird.
They're obsessed. Like, Wilbur would be like, oh, have you ever heard about... Oh, sorry, let me be Wilbur. Have you ever heard about the Egyptian Airlines 737 at August 17th, 1987? And Tubbo's like, oh, yes, that's my favorite one. And he starts jumping up and down, and he's so excited to hear Wilbur tell the story, and Wilbur starts telling the story, and Tubbo's like, no, you're leaving out the most important detail. And it's great. They love it. They are obsessed. It was I sat there. It was actually kind of fascinating. One of the stories they told me was it was a Paris flight. Picture this. You're in Paris.
These stories.
I remember them to my core. I will never forget them in my life.
Oh my god.
Picture this. You're in Paris. You're leaving. You're going home. You're up in the middle of the air. The captain's like, co-captain, you're in charge. I'm gonna go the flight attendant. Because there's a bed. There's a bed. If you guys don't know that, in big flights, there's a bed above the captain's pit or below it. Either one.
Okay.
And so he gets the flight attendant, goes, and they're doing their thing. And all of a sudden, these things start going off. And they know all this information because there's audio recording inside a flight.
Oh god,
Yeah, so this is actually very eerie and crazy. So some numbers keep going off, and he's like talking to the people of the speaker, and he's like, oh, it's fine, and he keeps overriding it. Oh, this is what it's this. Okay, there's this thing in this plane that tells you if you're level or not. And back in the day, it would freeze over, and so it would give you a false reading that the plane's not level, especially at night when you can't see. So this guy it would say he was like too far right or something, and he'd adjust it and be like, no, like now we're good, we're left. And he'd do it until the things went off. But the things were wrong the whole entire time, blah, 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 blah. And then it's been like an hour or something, and the guy comes back, and he looks at the coordinates, and he's like, you fucked us. Like, he literally says to him on the audio tape, he's like, you fucked us. And he's like, well, what can we do? Can we fix it? And he's like, no. Like, we're going to die. And then you hear, because what happened is the whole time he thought they needed to go lower or like the plane was he thought the plane was auto making them go higher, so he was adjusting it by going lower. And by the time the pilot got there, they were like feet from the water. And so the wing caught the water, and that's how they died.
Like, he was like, we're gonna die because he just knew they were too low.
Yeah, they couldn't adjust, because even if they went up, the back would hit or something like that. Because, when you fly, you're on the wheels, and so when it goes up, the tail never hits the ground or whatever. I don't remember all the details. I was paying half attention.
I've never had a problem with planes. I have gotten in the habit of falling asleep before takeoff and waking up at landing.
Which is really cool. It is a
blessing.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. I got a 3-hour flight from Austin to LA, and I have nailed it. I fall asleep before takeoff. I wake up when the plane hits the ground. It's incredible. I also have way too much faith in professionals, in pilots, in anybody doing anything. Like, if we were crashing, I really think I'd just be like, they'll fix it.
Wow.
Because I'm not going to freak out and be like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? I can't do shit. I don't know anything about any of that.
I mean, you could call people at least and be like, hey, I love you. I'll miss you. Feed my cat.
I wouldn't call my mom if a plane was crashing.
Really?
If I could text her, I would, but I wouldn't call her and put her through that. That'd be super traumatic. I'd never forget that phone call ever.
Don't you think she'd rather have a phone call?
She might think she would, but I wouldn't want my mom to remember a phone call like that. That'd be terrible.
Oh. I'm the opposite. Whenever I get on a plane, I'm already sending a message to my family. I'm like, okay, if this goes down, I love you all. By the way, the cat should go to so-and-so. The dog should go to so-and-so.
Oh, have you written a will? I gotta write a will.
No, I haven't written. Don't talk. I don't want to talk about this.
It's just an important thing to do. We have a lot of money, cutie. We gotta make sure that goes somewhere.
My family will get my money.
Okay.
Someone will get my money. I don't. Oh my god. I'm stressed.
Sorry. Let's not talk about this. Let's talk about something else. You're on your period.
Why do you have to go there?
Right?
Yeah.
Me too. You want to know how I knew? I said this on stream the other day.
Welcome to Whine About It, also known as Bleed About It.
What?
That's our new title. Good transition. Yes, let's hear about it.
Yes, we're synced up. A couple of reasons that I knew why I knew that I was getting close to my period. One.
Oh, I thought you were going to say why you knew I was getting close to my period.
No, I didn't know that you were.
Okay.
One, I recently bought a Roomba, like the vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started feeling really guilty one day about running him because I was like, he's enslaved. Like, I thought it was really up. I was like, I feel really bad for him.
Oh my god.
It got to the point where I didn't do it, but I was so close to, like, scattering cereal on the floor as, like, a treat.
Oh my god.
Because I was like, and I stopped running it. And I was gonna put googly eyes on him.
Yeah.
And I had them out, like, I bought the googly eyes. I went to put it on him, Like, I positioned them on him before I glued them on, and I couldn't do it because I was like, it's just going to get worse. Like, I'm going to personify him more, and I won't be able to run him because I'll feel too bad. So that was my first indication. Then my second indication was I was watching a TikTok, and they were talking about growing chia seeds, and he was like, oh, I'm going to grow... Someone was like, grow 1 chia seed in this pot, and he put, like, 6 in the pot, and I was just, like, infuriated. Like, I got so angry. I was like, because he replied, he made a video replying to the comment that was like, just put 1 in the pot and see if it grows. And he was like, okay. And then he put in like 6. And I was like, why the would you make that video? Like, I was so angry, just irrationally angry. And then I was like,
it's coming.
Yeah.
I get, it's like a bad 2 weeks. Because even while I'm on my period, I get very emotional. I told you about this. Ludwig and I went to go see my neighbor Totoro, which was back in select theaters. So we literally planned this ahead of...
What? Oh. Okay. Yes.
Totoro?
Totoro?
Yeah, there you go. It was in select theaters in LA, and we like literally had to plan it because it was like a bit out and like a bit of, you know. And so, we plan this whole thing, we show up on time, we, like, go to the movie attendant guy was like, oh, it's in theater 9, and so we walk on in, we sit there, we're watching the ads, like normal, blah, blah, and then all of a sudden there's a Disney short, and we're like, that's weird, but, like, I think Disney bought Spirited Away, or Disney has some sort of weird,
I don't know.
link of some kind, anyway, so we were like, it's not that weird if there's a Disney short, and it was a short about 2 raccoons, and I could not stop crying.
So those shorts are sad though, or they can be.
It had a happy ending.
Oh.
But it was like so emotional, and I'm gonna have spoiler alerts. My tape is showing. It is. Thank you. They said respectfully, so it's fine. I respect you for telling me my tape is showing. Spoiler alert. So if you don't want to know how this 3-minute raccoon short ends, plug your ears. Essentially, it's 2 raccoons, baby raccoon, mama raccoon. Mama raccoon has scars on her nose. Or her eye. She looks really gnarly. She's like, she's been through some shit, you know? And they're on the beach, and she's trying to get clams for her baby, and the baby's just being curious and, like, wants to go chase a seagull, wants to go chase whatever, and the mom's like, no, come back, and, like, keeps getting mad at him, like, you know, that's how angry raccoons sound. And he's like, and then the baby keeps getting really sad because he just wants to go play, you know? And I'm sad. I'm like, the baby just wants to play. Like, and the mom's being really tough, and he really just wants to play. And at one point, oh my God, he gets this seashell, and he loves the seashell. And the mom picks him up and puts him back in this little cave that was safe, and as she puts him down, the seashell breaks. Or something like that. And that was it for me. He loved the seashell. I start crying. I'm like, oh my God, this is too much. And then the seagull comes down, and he's like, ooh, and he starts chasing the seagull.
Okay.
Because he's baby, and he doesn't listen. He chases seagull to this flock of seagulls that's around this carcass that a coyote is at.
Oh,
Bad news for baby raccoon. And, yeah. And so, baby raccoon's like, and starts running. The coyote swipes at him, scars on the baby raccoon's nose.
So he's like his mom.
Just like his mom.
Cute.
Yeah. Mom is not happy about this. Mom goes and saves him. We think everything's fine, you know, but we feel really bad because he has scars and he doesn't deserve that. And we're really sad because he just wanted to have fun. All of a sudden, years fast forward, that baby is grown up with a new baby. And same story essentially repeats itself, but then instead of getting mad at that baby, the new raccoon says to that baby, I got these scars because I didn't listen to my mom. And I just cried and cried and cried. And then all of a sudden, the movie in Enchanto came up. And we realized we were in the wrong theater.
Wrong movie.
Yeah, and so we went over to the right movie.
Theater in a long time. People have been telling me that I should go to a movie theater by myself. Because I went to a restaurant by myself for the first time the other day. It was horrible at first.
Oh, why?
And then it was really nice. Because I was at the airport. And I had an hour to kill.
I like going to restaurants by myself.
Never
I'm just
done it.
surprised it's horrible.
It was so awkward at
I
first.
actually do it often.
Oh my god, it was so awkward for me at first. I was like, this is awful. Everybody's looking at me. I'm a loser. Like, what do I even do right now? But then I started reading, and then it was fine.
Sorry, Swift is snoring.
He's sleeping. They're both sleeping.
Our podcast's so boring. Hello?
Done it once, never again. No, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
And I gotta go. Apparently, I have to go to a movie theater alone, but we'll see.
I like going to movie theaters alone. I haven't done it in years, but I really do like going to restaurants alone. I probably went to a restaurant alone 2 weeks ago. I just go and I work. I take my big book and I take notes and stuff, and yeah, I like it.
Dinner. Okay. So what are the topics? Shall we dive into some juicy topics?
Well, I wanted to. I still have more that's happened with my month. Okay. Thanks for asking.
Sure, Q. Please tell me about your month.
What has happened with your month?
I've been working, streaming, crying, drinking.
That's a song. Working, streaming, crying, drinking.
I know you want to cry all night.
Same, sister. Well, I went to a BTS concert.
Yeah, how's that?
Crazy.
It seems like something I would not enjoy. I don't understand the obsession.
Be careful.
Sorry. Oof. Sorry.
Admittedly, I went to this BTS concert, didn't know one single song.
Right, me
didn't know one band member. I don't know a thing about BTS, but I'm open to new experiences, and anyone... I have to preface this because people have gotten mad. BTS fans are very, very, very passionate.
Right.
And it was in a suite. It was paid for with other influencers. I did not take a ticket away from a true fan.
Oh my god.
This is important to say. This is, yes, I'm covering my bases. I did not take it away from a fan because they wouldn't have been invited to the suite with famous offline TV people. Losers. Audio listeners, I dabbed again. Anyway, I go there and I've been to Taylor Swift concerts, I've been to a Justin Bieber concert. The loudest audience I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like, we were in the parking lot and I was like, this is loud. And you could feel the ground move from the parking lot, which I did not like. I'm a very anxious person. Yeah. I don't like tight spaces, and I'm like, here we go. And so we go into our box or whatever, and the whole time you can feel the floor moving from all these people dancing. And it was their last concert in LA. And so they go to each member and they gave this little speech at the end. And these guys would like sneeze and the audience would be like, "Aww."
See, that's so weird.
It was interesting. Someone would wipe their sweat off and they'd be like, "Ah!" Like they'd freak any micro movement. There was a very loud, like, visceral reaction, and it was genuinely impressive. That the fans are just that into it, because, like I said, I'm a big Taylor Swift fan, and when, like, these guys could fart, and the whole crowd would be like, "Ah!" Like they'd be so excited. It was impressive, and when the concert ended, there were multiple girls I saw crying.
Yeah. People get really emotional at things like that. It's just, like, overwhelming.
And it was, like, really sad. But the really cool thing about one of the guys is he's 30. Because BTS started years ago, right? Okay. He's 30, and he has this bear strapped on the back of his head. Who's his bear, RJ, which I'm a big fan of RJ, by the way. He's my bias. That's because you don't have a favorite. You have a bias, just so you know.
Okay.
This is important.
Okay.
So he has this big bear on the back of his head. And he's like, yeah, so I just turned 30 and I have a bear taped to my head, so that's kind of cringe.
It's RM, you fake fan.
No, guys, the bear's name is RJ. Idiots. RM is another band member's name. The bear is RJ. Don't even. RJ is the plushie. You guys are fake fans. Anyway. And so he was, like, very self-aware. Like, he's like, I'm old and I have a bear on my head. Like, this is cringe, but you guys keep supporting me, and that's really, really cool. Mm-hmm. And, like, the band members seem very, very, like I said, self-aware. That was really, really cool. Their dancing was amazing. They, like, learned how to dance when they're like kids, and so they're like so synced up. It was a very cool performance. I'm very happy I got to experience it, and I just wish I could be that passionate about anything in my life.
Someone asked me last night, like, my
RJ
top
is a
5
llama.
favorite artists, and all I could say was Pop Smoke. I couldn't think of anybody else that I care about.
Really?
I don't know. I was just like, I don't know who else. I just listen to songs.
Oh, back to Brooke AB's mom.
Okay.
Brooke AB's mom was a big fan of the podcast.
Okay.
And she said to Brooke AB, she's like, I felt so bad for QTCinderella because all she wanted to do was talk about Taylor Swift, and Maya would not talk to her about Taylor Swift.
I don't want to talk about Taylor Swift. I don't care. I don't care about Taylor Swift. I don't care about your month. I don't care about your goals and passions.
Dude, yeah, actually. Yeah, let's talk about your topics, Maya.
I don't have topics.
What?
Last podcast. This is how it starts. Chat, here we go. We're going downhill. We're going downhill fast.
Can't wait to get your opinion on hot tub streamers.
Oh, we can talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
This is how the Housewives podcast ended. No, we talked about that earlier today because the last time, and I think we probably talked about this individually on stream, but we went to dinner with like Hassan, Connor, Myth, La, Jay, Lena.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And for some reason we just got stun locked with Hassan on a conversation about women on Twitch and about the hot tub meta and about whatever. And we just argued with Hassan for a long time.
To the point that I had to say we're done talking about this because we were getting nowhere. And
Yeah.
Hassan hates women.
Okay, that's not what the conversation was.
No, Hassan actually loves women, and he really supports sex work, and he thinks it should be normalized on any platform, when I would prefer it to not be, like, I support sex work, but I would just prefer it not to be normalized on the platform that I'm on. I think there's a time and a place or whatever. And so it's funny because Hassan kept saying to us, like, it doesn't affect women. And I would tell him, I would keep telling him, I'd be like, well, this is how it affects me directly.
As
and
a woman.
I am woman.
And Hassan was like, no.
He'd be like, no. And I was like, Hassan. And then in comes Myth and Connor.
No, it wasn't Myth.
Okay, in comes Connor.
And Connor's already apologized.
Yeah, he has apologized, I will say. But in comes Connor, listening to us very intently, by the way, and then going to Hassan and say, what she's saying is, and I was like, Connor! Stop! Like, it was, oh my god. I literally got to the point where I said, okay, we're done talking about this, we're going nowhere. And then they kept talking about it. I said, no, seriously, we are done. And then they talked about it again. I was like, no, we are done. We're done. We're done. But he had good intention.
I talked about it a bunch, and then I was like, I just gotta go.
Mine went to the bathroom.
I was like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom just for a second. Just hold on. And then when I went to the bathroom, Connor goes, Hassan, like, what she means is, and Kiri was like, stop, like, shut
I was like, we are done.
Stop.
We are done.
Oh my god. But no, Connor didn't know he was doing that. He texted me after. He felt really bad.
Yeah, he literally said to me later that night too. He's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to mansplain. And you're like, that's okay.
It was so funny. It was so ironic.
But it's just so funny when there's nothing to do. I mean, obviously, we don't care about hot tub streamers right now. There's nothing. It's whatever, they have their own section, and that's the best Twitch can do. And thank you for that, Twitch. Like, I don't care to dive into it. It doesn't affect me as much as it used to, and that's fabulous.
That's true. Same.
And it was the biggest. It was like one of the first times that it felt like Twitch actually listened. And for those in chat who missed this, how does it affect you? It's just the overall sexualization of women in like the just chatting section when you're sitting next. So I would literally be sandwiched between Indie Fox and Amaranth, which isn't a bad place to be, mind you. We would love that. But people would come into my chat and they'd be like, go get in a hot tub. And I'd be like, I was going to watch some YouTube videos. And so it just got really toxic and blah, blah, blah. And it would just get really, really bad that, it was expected of girls to get in it. But they would also be like, E-Rob would be next to us and no one would go into his chat and tell him to go get in a hot tub. And so it was just whatever. And so it just affected people negatively and blah, blah, blah. But Twitch making that filter has significant, it's literally, it was kind of night and day. I'll be real. It went from like probably like 20 to 50 people a day down to maybe one, which is huge. Like one person that says get in a hot tub.
I don't get it hardly at all anymore.
I don't think I've been told to get in a hot tub for a minute, so that's kind of cool.
God, it's such a big topic. I have so many things to say.
Yeah.
Each, just like, yeah. It's too much.
That's the run of the mill answer. I had a lovely hot tub stream, admittedly.
True. You did do that. That was sick.
Great. It was a good hot tub stream.
Next podcast in a hot tub. Nice.
Yeah, if you get us both to 20K subs.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's our sub goal.
That'll work.
Both of us get to 20K subs, and both of us will do the podcast in a hot tub. So.
Big time.
Pay your way there, boys, and we'll do it.
God, it's so frustrating.
It's alright. It's okay. Anyway, that was a fun dinner, though. That food was so good. It was like a bunch of raw meat. It was like this really cool Japanese place, which I don't eat raw meat. Do you want to say something?
No. Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot of raw meat. It was very fancy. There was bone marrow fried rice. That was fancy.
Ooh, that was so good, actually.
It actually was really good.
Your chat keeps saying uncage.
No.
There's nothing more to say.
I think everybody. I think our positions are similar, and I think everybody already knows what we think about it. It's just like there are so many things that I want to articulate, but I just like I'm not gonna deal with.
It's not worth it. It'll be misconstrued. And
right. Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And so, it's not worth it. It's not worth people not truly understanding it, and that's the whole point of perspective, is to give perspective. No one will understand it fully unless you experience it, but
it'll grow the podcast. You got a point there. It's it's a very frustrating thing to watch. Anyway,
I went to a BTS concert. I went to Girls' Night.
Yes.
I went to Valkyrie's. I got invited to a Valkyrie stream.
I know. How's that?
I'm famous. How does it feel to be friends with me?
It's fine.
Well, could be better.
How was the stream though? Was it fun? Was it awkward?
I was late.
Cutie.
I'm sorry. I'm always late.
That is such you. Are you that person? You're just
I'm just always late. I really don't mean to be.
That's the worst personality trait you can have.
I feel bad every time.
Then fix it, bitch.
I try to fix it. I don't understand LA. Everything will say it's 5 miles away. That means an hour.
Thank you for the
And
10.
then I'll leave an hour beforehand, and I won't get there for 2. I don't get it.
I've never had a problem with you being late.
That's because it hasn't been in person.
But I've also always had to come to you, I think. Yeah, I haven't, waited on you for something.
Yeah. But
I'm fine with late people. No.
I was late on accident. I was also having awful period cramps, and so... But what I think...
Hello.
I think I might have taken... Toast seat.
Damn.
And so I had this social anxiety afterwards.
Oh.
Because I walk in late and there's only one seat empty.
Mm-hmm.
And so naturally I'm like, trying to get in my seat fastest. And I sit down, and then
he came back.
Well, he was holding the camera, but then all of a sudden they put the camera on a tripod.
No.
And I was like, what do I do? Because it'd been 15 minutes, and I'm like, and I had already started painting on the easel. And I thought about it, and I was like, I shouldn't talk. It was too late to bring it up. And even, I spent the whole night, I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about it. I was like, oh my god, what if I took his seat? And, you didn't, cutie? He didn't want to do it? Are you sure? And I finger painted the whole thing.
Wow.
I did a good job.
It's very on brand. Did Lud just end?
Why?
I don't know, I just see him walking around. Pacing.
He's just working out.
How about just asking? Yeah, you could have just asked.
I didn't it was too late. It was
I could have just spit out that grape. It's not how it works.
Yeah, you guys don't understand.
You don't understand.
Toast wanted to film and chill, don't worry. Okay. So stressful. It was so stressful.
That is a lot.
But yeah, I painted. It was really nice. Whenever people invite me to stuff, and it's not I don't know, if you invite me to stuff, you're different. Or Milena. People I'm really comfortable with, if you invite me to stuff, it's nice, but I don't, get worried about it, if that makes sense. I'm thank you so much. But, Valky invites me, and I'm like, how do I express my gratitude for inviting me? How do I do
that.
As weird as that is, I just want to, be thank you, so, thank you, I don't deserve the invite because you don't know me.
Oh, don't do that.
Isn't that weird?
Makes you, yeah, that's cringe. It makes you look really small. Don't do that.
I know, but I don't mean to, but I just feel bad that they invited me because...
Oh my god.
Because they didn't have to. I know I'm not okay, but you never want to listen to the reasons I'm not okay.
Please tell me the reasons you're not okay.
Well,
new section of the podcast.
Where should we start? Let's get ready. Yeah.
Wait, we didn't do our... Are we splitting up an hour for audio or no? We're just...
What are we at?
It's been an hour and 20.
I don't know. Audio listeners, none of you have listened. Have any of you listened to it on Spotify? You're going to lie to me.
Know it was on
You're going to lie to me.
We
You didn't know it was on
anyway.
Spotify. It's on Spotify. And no. Okay.
Love that.
We're trying to decide, okay, when you become audio listeners, we're trying to decide, would you rather listen to this on Spotify in a big chunk, so 1 3-hour or 4-hour episode, or multiple hour episodes? How do you prefer it posted?
Well, I don't really care what you want. I think that multiple hours would be better because then we can weave in more sponsors.
They're all saying big chunk.
But we could weave in more ad segments if it was 1 hour each.
Okay. I don't know how that works, so we'll see if this is in multiple segments or not.
Whatever. We'll figure it out after this one.
But we'll pretend that we know what we're doing. Cool. Very cool. How many viewers are we at? Validate me.
8.1.
8.1?
8.1.
Our podcast is going downhill.
Yeah, we've already...
Well, chat, this is the last episode. We tried our best.
That's too bad.
It's too bad.
It was a good run.
It was a good run.
My Twitch app says 3.8. Oh no!
Oh no! Here we go. Well, we'll see you next time. It's not over actually. Okay, we talked about BTS concert. We talked about Brooke's mom. We talked about Taylor Swift. We talked about girls' night. I've done a lot this month.
I don't even remember what I've done this month.
You've got to write it down.
I had Thanksgiving with my family.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Fine.
Oh.
My grandfather's an incel and has a lot of very conservative opinions, so I talked to him a lot. It was a good time.
Uh-huh.
I saw some other family, tried to explain Twitch to my family again. Also a good time.
Very confusing every time.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know, I've just been working at Oveus, doing stuff in my apartment. I learned that, I like living alone.
That's exciting.
Yeah. I thought that I didn't. And it wasn't at all, like, because of Sammy or anything. But I realized once I had someone living in my apartment with me for 4 days, I was like, holy like, I gotta live alone. Like,
yeah.
I really like living alone.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that's weird.
I guess that's a good thing.
Because I was the same way. I think a lot of people, like, when I first moved in with all the boys, a lot of people would say to me, like, in chat, they'd be like, oh, do you not like the boys? Because I said I prefer living alone. It's not even about the people. Like, I live with the best people you could ask for. It's not about the people. It's just...
It's nice.
I like being able to walk around in my underwear.
Fair.
Like...
Yeah, and, like, have your own messes and not feel bad about them until later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I used to, like, when I lived alone, I would craft more because I could set it up and I wouldn't worry about taking it down until I was done. And so it's like weird things like that I get really worried about. I can't listen to music loudly without feeling very nervous and self-conscious and yeah. So there's just some things. Well, not living, like I could do that with Ludwig, by the way. People are like, Ludwig? It's like, obviously I can walk around in my underwear in Ludwig. I could set my crafts up with Ludwig. It's more like respectful to the other roommates. I don't want to take up the whole dining room table.
Right.
Because I wouldn't want them to take up the whole dining room table. So I need to treat them the way I want them to treat me. So that's just how it works. But I prefer living alone too. Actually, exciting update, and I can talk about this because Ludwig talked about this on his podcast, is soon at some point, Ludwig and I will get our own place, which will be sick.
And selling this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
We just built this studio.
I'm sorry about that. The good thing is the most expensive part was the furniture and stuff.
Yeah.
So we can move it. Yeah, we can have a she shed anywhere.
Okay. It was a good run.
It's a while.
Chat, that's it.
It's a while until that happens. The boys
You just said soon.
Well, okay. Well, it's soon in like... Honestly, this is a compromise. Everyone in chat's like, not Austin? No, it's gonna be California still. And
Did Maya move to LA? Fuck no.
whoa, attitude.
Fuck no. I hate LA.
Me too, but I live here.
Yeah, I come here for the podcast, and because I should, I hate this place. I'm gonna be honest. I really just don't like it.
You had a good day today.
I didn't do jack shit today.
I know, and that felt good.
It felt weird. I don't know if it felt good.
She's never coming back.
I'm never coming back. Sorry.
But yeah, the boys will still be nearby. Ludwig's dream is to have like a cul-de-sac and have like all of his friends in it.
Classic. Yeah.
Yeah, classic. So they'll be nearby no matter where we move. We'll be shopping for 2 houses. But yeah, I'm very excited because I want to be able to make my messes. I want to be able to listen to Taylor Swift really loud. I want to be able to have like, for example, when you live with like 5 people and you have 1 guest room, it's like there's always someone in the guest room and someone sleeping on the couch. It just gets like overwhelming, and so it'll be nice to be like have whoever I want over whenever I want instead of having to be like, hey, da da da, you know, navigating that stuff. So it's just really nice to. It'll be awesome. I'm very excited about that. So yeah.
We should bring Hassan on this podcast.
You said we can't have guests on this podcast.
I really don't want to have guests. Guys, guests are so hit or miss. It's like it can make or break the podcast, it really can.
The cool thing about us is we could get any guest we wanted.
I know, but it just stresses me out.
We could only have them for an hour. Like if we start and do our normal thing and then they get here like at 7 p.m.
How
or something.
are they going to leave? We're all just sitting here and we're like, all right, it's 8 p.m.
No, we start
and they come.
Yeah.
And we're going to expect them to show up on time.
Yeah, and if they don't, then we don't care. We just keep talking until they're here.
I don't know.
You're a stress case.
I'm a stress case.
I feel fine.
Oh my god. I just think I don't know. I don't like guests. They're just like...
Special guest, Adept, Milena, Michaela.
Yeah! That'd be sick.
That'd actually be sick.
That would be so fun. We could do a reunion.
Reunion tour. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's a new podcast. We're figuring it out, okay? Why bring Hassan on? Because he's our friend and he lives close.
I want to bring Hassan on because he's juicy drama.
We need the clips.
We do need the clips.
We need the clips. Yeah, she's thinking. She's business-minded. She's business-minded.
I'm a businesswoman. Hassan will help us get canceled, and then we can profit off of the cancellation.
Oof, this cat is so cute.
He's really cute.
Well, you don't have plans tomorrow. What are you going to do with your day at?
I literally don't know. Because I had plans to go hang out with those YouTube guys, but then they said they couldn't film tomorrow. So I no longer have plans tomorrow. Cutie has to film.
I have to film with TSM.
So I got nothing. I don't know. What I want to do
is go home.
No, I just want to like Uber to like the beach or something and just walk around by myself.
But oh my god, do that.
No, I shouldn't do that. I'm in LA for 4 days.
Why?
I need to.
You can relax.
No, I need to hang out with people. It's such a waste.
No, you can treat it like a vacation.
No, I treated today like a vacation. I read all day.
You could have gone to the beach. If you want to go, I'll be right. I shouldn't say where I'm gonna be. Anyway, you...
Go on Hassan's stream? That's what she said.
That's what I said. I said go to Hassan's house.
What am I going to do on Hassan's stream? I don't even know
He will have you sit there and he will show you videos. That's what he does.
Oh, it sounds familiar. It sounds like not that much
fun. You can go to Adept's house. Adept will do a baking stream or something. And we can do something tomorrow night.
I don't know. It's so... I just don't want to do anything.
You don't have to. You could just stream at the beach. You could do.
No, I don't want to stream. I don't know.
Then that is the same thing as networking. If you just go to the beach and stream chat, do you want to go to the beach?
No, I don't have a. I'm not. I don't want to. No, I don't want to stream.
Chat wants to go to the beach. They all want to go to the beach.
They said no. See,
that was delayed.
They literally don't want to go.
So many people are saying yes right now. Okay, a few people are saying no. But a lot of them are saying yes. They would like to go to the beach.
I'll figure it out.
You could pick up trash at the beach. I did that recently. It was
I
lovely.
saw that for the Mr. Beast video.
Yeah, it was a lovely time. I got
I
attacked
could
by...
go hang out with Mr. Beast.
He's not here.
Fuck. I go hang out
I
with...
hate to break it to you.
With H3H3.
You could.
No.
Okay.
I don't know him.
Aiden Ross.
I could go hang out with Aiden Ross.
He would probably reply.
Can you imagine? I know, but can you imagine the shit that? Oh God, people would be so annoying if I went and hung out with Aiden Ross.
Okay, we can think of more options.
But also, he's a child, and well, I say that like I just feel.
You're also a child.
I feel like I'm too old to hang out with Aiden Ross.
You're not old. You're just bitter.
I am a little bitter.
She's a little bitter. That's okay. Maybe you could... I don't know what you could do. I'm out of ideas.
It's fine.
I have a paint set and a canvas. You go to the beach and do a painting stream. That's fun.
That is a good idea.
Thank you.
I'm just not gonna do it.
You are the worst. Chat, I'll take you to the beach and we'll do painting. Okay?
No, you won't. You're gonna film.
A different day. A different day we'll do that. Once I'm done filming, I actually can't do it after we're done filming because I have a very important meeting tomorrow. With a theater.
For?
Big thing. Big things. Before I tell you guys what it's for, do you think it's offensive? I put together events, right? That's what I do. Is it offensive?
Oh, this is so dumb.
What?
Are you gonna say the thing about it being on your stream?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh. Do you think it's offensive? Somebody said that I'm not a good streamer. I'm a good event planner.
Yes, that's offensive.
That's so offensive, right?
That's very offensive.
I heard that today and it genuinely hurt my feelings.
That's not true. Who said that?
Ms. Kiff.
He said that?
Someone in his chat said it and then he agreed with them. But he made a joke agreeing with them, but it's still the person in the chat said that and it hurt my feelings. And it's made me think about it all day. Because I'm genuinely very insecure about my solo streams because I do think they're not that great. Because people always say they're cozy and I think that means boring.
Cozy doesn't mean boring. But I hear you. That's a really shitty thing to say. It's not true.
And so I haven't been able to stop thinking about it since that was said. And I don't know. I like planning the events. I really, really do.
Cozy is people that are saying cozy is boring, listen. Everybody wants something different from a stream, right? People say cozy is boring. Like, cozy's not like you're off the walls doing content, being super crazy, wild, doing crazy all the time. Some people don't want to watch streams like that. That doesn't mean that it's boring. It's just not like super high octane stream that you're used to and just chatting nowadays. I think I do creative stuff still.
You do. I don't know. Like
a lot of really good
my
ideas.
Chat decorated ornaments the other day. But it was kind of boring because I'm like, what do we talk about while I color?
I can't do art on stream anymore because I stopped talking.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah. And so I think maybe that's my problem is I don't think it all the way through. But anyway, we're working on that. I think my next question is, you've seen Streamer of the Year. Dream was won Streamer of the Year, which is very cool. I think Dream has had a massive influence, and I think that's very cool that he won. And then Valky also won Streamer of the Year with the Streamy Awards or something.
I don't know Dream at all.
There's I don't know him either, but he has a massive following, and
yeah, I don't know.
I think he's earned it
either.
I think you can say. I think you'd be a jerk to say anybody didn't earn it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any reason for that. I do think. I mean, personal opinion. I think Ludwig was snubbed. Of course, I'm gonna think that.
That's fair.
I really think Ludwig had an amazing year, and the fact that he didn't get nominated was messed up.
There are
Even just a nomination.
There are definitely people that work harder than others that get less.
Yeah.
Nim.
Yeah.
Nim deserves so much more than he has, and he works so hard, and you too.
Germa.
You do, Germa. There are people that do so much, and they work so hard, and they just get less. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the algorithm. I don't know if it's because other people got lucky. I don't know if it's because people don't want to see people doing crazy stuff, but it's pretty garbage.
Part of me thinks sometimes that I have ruined my chances because I've had so many bad moments that I think a lot of people have written me off because of that. Sometimes I just want to be like, I just want to, like, a tweet or something and be like, hey, if you've ever written me off, please just give me one more chance. Because I've made mistakes. I make them live all the time.
Dude, that's the hard part about being a creator is it's all...
in the moment.
Well, it's all concreted in the internet.
Yeah.
Look at even Alinity. Alinity's had, like, the biggest comeback ever. People love her now. But the amount of people that are still like, guys, remember when she threw her cat? Or guys, remember
it's
whatever?
crazy.
It's never going to go away.
No. It's so sad, actually.
The same with me coming up with Miz. That's never going to go away.
Yeah, that's never going to go away. It gets really sad when you really think of it.
It's just a part of your history. But it did get you to where you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you grew through the Raw show, you know? And through your, like...
moments. Smiley face.
Your moments.
I will say, I'm going to say, Streamer of the Year, those awards... the award shows that I've seen...
Chad, I said Raj because it was the Raj show at the time.
It was the Raj show. I have never really been on the Austin show. The award shows that I've seen have felt pretty deaf. Like, just out of touch. Like, the fact that Game Awards was just, like, ads.
I haven't watched them.
That's all it was. But, I will say this. I haven't said this formally, but I'm going to say this now. The theater I am meeting with is to host my own award show.
We will.
I've said it. It's going to be huge.
Like, actually huge.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be a red carpet event, 300 streamers in person.
I don't even know. I don't know why you think 300. Dude, I don't know 300 streamers.
Oh, I do. I absolutely do. I think 300 is so... I think I'm going to be closer to 500. Yeah. And it's
500? I could barely... I'd have a really hard time naming 100. You're out of your mind.
Anyway, it's going to be massive. It's going to... in my opinion, it's going to be the most in touch... because it's going to be categories like best Minecraft streamer, best Call of Duty streamer, best League of Legends streamer, blah, blah, all chat voted, all blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's going to be cool. We're not going to call it the shit awards chat. Huh.
You know what's going to be hard?
What?
Is like, because if you're going to get that many people, you're going to get people from all different communities. Like, actual gamers, like FPS gamers, Minecraft, LSF, you know, whatever communities. And you're going to co-host with people that we're friends with. And the, like... 50 people in the audience and their chats are gonna love, like, the jokes, and everybody else is gonna be so confused. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I think there's still, like, that moment where they get a highlight, like, because, you know, even FPS, there's a winner of that category, that person goes up there, they get to talk, they get to accept their speech, they wait for that, they're rooting for the person that they love. So, I think it's gonna be really, really cool. I think it's gonna include a lot of people, and... it's going to be... You should co-host with Forsen. If Forsen will come, Forsen, you can co-host with me. That's a huge invitation. Yeah, that's huge. He's going to be so excited about that. He'll love to come. We know, Forsen. I know you've been asking to come to one of my events. This is your invite. Anyway, it's going to be early next year, but yeah, it's going to be huge. I think I was just so sick of watching. I think NIMS is the closest to an in-touch one. Sure. But it still doesn't highlight enough people, like individuals, and I like having, I would love to have all these people, like, together, and so I think it'll be really cool, so we'll see how it goes, but there's still a lot of stuff in progress, but I'm saying it now, because then if you see someone copy me, you'll be like, that's Cutie's idea, stop it, say, it's already being done, there you go, shut up, so yeah. That's crazy, that's so exciting. Because I'm putting a deposit on a theater, so, you know, you can't, do not let anyone copy this, because... because money's coming out of my pocket, boys. So, yeah, a little nervous over here. Speaking of money, do you know my concert yesterday? Just to give an idea of how much events cost, my concert yesterday cost me around $12,000, and I made about $1,000. You're so dumb. Yeah. I mean, you're not. No, it's worth. I mean, you got $25,000. You can't quantify that monetarily. Yeah. But I think how it works, though, chat, is, like, I do it this year, I learn these things, and then next year, hopefully, I can get a sponsor for it. It's hard because I'm a smaller streamer that puts together these big events, and so it's hard to sell me to sponsors, because it's hard to predict how well they're due. Chat, it's huge that she... $12,000, sure, right? She does that event, she gets 20,000 concurrence on an hour-long stream, which is insane. Next year, she's like, look, I did this Christmas concert. I had this name, this name, this name, and this name here. This was my concurrent viewership. Sponsored again. It's going to be bigger this year. And she makes back double. Like,
yeah, that's the goal.
Fine.
That's what I'm trying to do. So we'll see.
Dude, you got...
my tape. Audio viewers, the cleavage. We talked about it. It's all taped up.
Didn't hit me up out of pocket. Tara, we would love a sponsor for this podcast. Help.
Tara, help us get a sponsor for this podcast.
We were close. We almost were going to get a sponsor for this one.
And then Maya decided to swear.
Okay, hold on. It had nothing to do with me swearing. I just hardballed it. Cutie was like, oh yeah, we can do that. And I was like, no.
Yeah, she hardballed it. I should actually... Anyway, we'll figure it out. But
yeah, next time.
I'm going to have a sponsor for the award show, if not multiple sponsors. So
you got it.
It'll be... I have to because I literally can't afford it.
Right.
Like, I won't have the money. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're working on that. But anyway, I hope you guys are excited for that in the future. Speaking of events and all these award shows you see right now, I'm hoping this will be better than all of them combined.
Someone said, whose idea was it to make this podcast? I think it was mine.
It was Maya's idea.
After that, like, it was really important to me to have a female-run podcast. And when Housewives ended, I was really sad. And I was like, I just think I should... I don't know. I like podcasts. I think they're good. And I think they're fun. I think it's good content occasionally. And I was like, I don't have another person. I don't want to do it with a man. So I was like, I don't have another person in my life that is capable of running a podcast, or that I wouldn't feel like pulling teeth to get to show up, you know? That, like, someone that's actually going to try.
Now you have to show up.
Right. But somebody that's, like, actually going to try and put an effort, and I was like, it's got to be Cutie. So.
I think I've put in an okay amount of effort.
You put in a fuck ton of effort. What do you mean? It's been
Well, you have to show up every time. So I try to make up for it by making sure everything's ready.
Yeah, it's been good. Housewives was a really good podcast, you're right.
Housewives was a sick podcast, but it's just so much harder to organize 5 people.
Maya barely speak... Bro,
I'm sorry.
No, that's not true. You guys are so annoying. I remember on Housewives too, just like... It's like you'll go a couple minutes without talking, and people are like, good one, Maya, lol. Like, and it's like, there are 5 people here. Like, relax. We're having a very balanced, normal conversation. Please.
Maya, talk more. What do you want to tell me about Maya? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm wearing Spanx, and it's digging into my thigh.
I'm wearing Spanx, but it's not doing that. Sorry.
I think it's a size too small.
I think we should start talking about some raunchy shit. I think it's about that time of night, because I have now had some alcohol in me. You know what I mean? But I don't know where to start. Oh, wow. Okay. Yep.
I'm mixing...
Wow, thank you for the subs.
It's Sid.
Sid. What was
You met him last night.
Oh my god. Oh, what's up? What's up? Hello. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for the subs.
Aw, Sid. I love Sid so much.
Okay, Chet, I don't know where to start. We kind of talked about a lot of stories last time. Talk about the animal sex stream? No. You want to know why? Because every time I bring that up, and I don't know why I do this, because it's failed me 4 times in a row, or 3 times in a row. I start talking about, like, bedbug sex, or I was like, I can tell you everything about bedbug reproduction. I did it last night at the table.
Yeah, she did it at the table.
Oh, God.
I was like, Maya, shut up.
I did it at the table with, like, Lud and Hassan and his brother. And I was like...
What'd you do at the table with Lud and Hassan and his brother?
I was like, I can tell you about bedbug reproduction. Like, I can tell you so much about it. And I told them, and it's just... most people just don't care as much as I think they would.
I have to walk off cam and pull this out of my... thigh. It's digging.
I just think most people are gonna care. Like, I care, and they never do. So I'm not gonna talk about that. Hi, Swifty. She's fine. He's like
so bad.
He thinks you're dying.
Oh, I am dying. It was in my thigh.
She's okay.
And so now you have to pull it out of your thigh. And so it's like when you wear a wristband that's too tight. Ow, it's in my thigh. All right, we're good. Loosey goosey. Everything's. Plus, I'm wearing shorts, so it like doubled up. You guys won't get it unless you wear Spanx.
So what is there to talk about?
Swift.
Are there any segues here? We talked about the vibrator. We can talk about that.
Okay.
I don't like sex toys.
So there's this, Goop. Have you heard about Goop?
No.
Goop is that scamming lady. She's a scammer, essentially. Guys, who is Goop ran by?
I don't know what you're talking about. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah, she runs this company called Goop, and it's like just a scam 90% of the time.
Is it lube?
No, it's just it's like a beauty company or something. And she'll be like, put seaweed and dirt on your face and you look 10 years younger. Like, it's a total scam. At one point, they were selling, like, egg whites you put on your vagina to, like, make, like, your vagina tighten. And they sold a pussy candle. Nice. A candle that smelled like vaginas.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Which I can't imagine smells good.
I saw this TikTok today of this girl that was like, she's been putting her menstrual blood on her face as, like, a face mask every month. And she was like, it's a way to connect to my, like, inner woman or whatever. It's like... It's like a way to like reconnect with my femininity. And then she was talking about how the patriarchy has forced us to think that menstrual blood was disgusting and like gross and
I think blood
dirty.
is disgusting.
But that's the thing, I was like, I would not put that blood anywhere near my face. Like that's, I just don't think that has to do with, I think that the grossness is that it's very, very close to your anus and your urethra.
I do
like,
think,
waste.
I think
disgusting.
something that men have done, and hear me out, feminist moment, is the fact that, like, we can make fun of farts and dirty, gross balls, but we can't make any jokes about periods.
That's
periods
fair.
are ill, and balls are, fucking dick cheese is hilarious, but periods are gross.
That's fair. Fair enough. But yeah, anyway, she said that. But we were talking about, what are we talking? Goop scan.
Goop.
Yeah, I would not want a vagina candle. Well, we were talking about sex toys.
No, I'm talking about this because they had this recent episode of Goop where this, like... They have these sex doctors that are only legal in California that teach you how to orgasm. If you like,
what do you mean?
They essentially
like through experimentation.
Yes, they like finger you or whatever.
Oh no!
Yeah, but like in a medical way.
No! You can't do that in a medical way, dude. You can't.
They literally stand there and they like navigate stuff, and they're like, "Have you ever felt this before?" And the person's like, "No," and then they're like, "What the heck?" So they teach you what you want, what you like, which is very interesting in my opinion.
There are so many variables.
Yeah.
You cannot do that in a control setting. There's no way. Like that, I just like...
They have them like in a doctor's office, and like it's usually like the same gender.
Oh. But that changes everything too.
It's very interesting. That's a lawsuit and a half. Guys, look it up. It's like a physical sex therapist or something like that. They're only legal in California. Yeah. I don't think it's only the same gender. I think like you can like request, but the one I was reading was like the same gender. And like for example, these two like lesbians that have gotten together, they're married and they're like, we don't know how to please each other. And so they went to the doctor, and the doctor literally showed them. And they were like, wow, I've never had an orgasm like that in my life.
Huh.
Because they just don't know. You don't know, because half the stuff you don't even, like, you don't know where spots are. You don't know what to look for. They don't teach that. And so they, like, learn, which is so interesting, I think.
Another, like, feminist moment. It's actually crazy how few women orgasm.
Yeah.
And how
we've talked about this.
Have we? And how many men orgasm. The fact that sex... The completion of sex is so traditionally
when the guy's done
male orgasm.
Yeah.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Anyway, I don't really fuck with sex toys. I've never really fucked with sex toys. Sammy and her mom took me to get my first sex toy when I was 20.
That's crazy.
20? I think. Yeah, 20.
What'd you get?
Just a vibrator, like a very normal vibrator. Or no, that's not true.
Oh.
I got my first vibrator when I was 18. And I never used it. And then they took me to get a different one when I was 20.
Did you use it?
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, like, I tried to use it. And you didn't like it? I've never picked it up and, like, by myself and been like, yep, like, this is gonna help me right now. Never.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And you know what's also crazy is the first one that I bought. Maybe this is, like, a really dumb take. I don't know. But it was practically a dick. Like, it was practically a dildo.
Wow.
And it was, like, it was pink. It was, like, made for women, you know?
Of course.
And I was like, how is this gonna help me?
Yeah.
like, this isn't gonna help me at all. Like, this isn't a sex toy for women. This is a sex toy for men. Like, why?
Yeah.
Anyway, there's my first experience.
Wait, why is it a sex toy for men?
Because
they have to use it.
For men to use on women.
Yeah.
But it's not something that I would... If I wasn't dating somebody at the time, would I ever buy that and think this is going to help me pleasure myself when it's literally just a dildo? No.
Maybe.
Not for me.
Well...
The amount of women that orgasm because of penetrative sex is so small. It's just not for women.
I know. So why wouldn't you just get a normal vibrator? Like ones that are like the size of like your thumb.
It also vibrated.
Well, that... Well... I don't know about all that. I don't know about that.
Everybody's question marking me, and I'm super... Did I say something that doesn't make sense?
I would assume if it still vibrates, you could use it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is the first sex toy that I ever purchased
was a big pink dildo that vibrates.
Yeah, it was basically a dildo, which isn't what I needed to orgasm. It wasn't even close. It's like...
Well, yeah, so you don't learn how to orgasm.
Yeah, but they marketed it to women. They were like, this is going to help you. And it was like, no, like, this is what men think is going to help you. And
no, that's fair. Okay, I get it now. Because most people do not finish through.
Because of a penis. That's not why. Yeah.
Penises actually don't do shit. Let's talk about that.
Honestly true.
What are penises for? Just babies.
Chat, I'm no like sex therapist, but there are like clitoral orgasms and there are penetrative orgasms, or those aren't the words for them, but it's because of like clitoral stimulation. It's not because of like a penis going in your vagina. It's just like not why you orgasm. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Chat doesn't get it.
I don't think they get it. It's fine.
Chat can't find their shampoo. They can't find a clitoris.
No.
It's important for you guys to know.
It just sounded weird. I'm sorry that I phrased it weird.
You phrased it in a way that even confused me. Because I was like, wait, they're trying to sell it to men?
I'm a little bit tipsy. No, they weren't trying to sell it to men. They were marketing it to women. They're like, this is going to help you come, but it was basically just a penis.
I mean, there's 10% that does.
10%?
I believe that's what it is. I'm going to Google it. This is stats we need. Percentage.
Hello, Seer.
Of women that orgasm from penetration. If you sing it, it sounds less harsh of a word.
My wife tells me there are women, how she has friends that never have, and that still shocks me. You know how many friends I have who have never? So many. So many. It's actually crazy. It makes that, I mean, that shit's crazy to me. Sorry, that was like a lot. That was a lot.
Less than 20% of women can orgasm from penetration. Less than 20%. So that means if you have had sex with 10 women, only 2 of them could have orgasms from your dick. Which means if you didn't touch the clit from the other 8, they faked it. And women are great at faking it.
That's not what that means.
Because you can't tell.
You can do other stimulation while you're inserted.
Well, I'm just saying, if they didn't do anything, there's a bunch of people in chat that don't know that. A bunch of people in chat don't know when it's faked.
That's true. It's very, yeah. It's a thing that happens all the time.
Yeah. Well, 80% is insured orgasm from, or 78%, and then there's 2% that just can't orgasm, I guess. Insured.
No fucking way. It's only 2%.
They can't orgasm at all.
Or they can't, or they have not?
Can't.
Okay.
Can't. Is only 2%. So it's 78%.
Sex ed. Welcome to the Sex Ed podcast.
From clitoral stimulation, and then 20% can, less than 20% is, I don't know, I Googled. I don't know if it's right, but I thought it was even less than 20%, to be honest, but.
Yeah, same.
Because 20% seems pretty high. But have you heard about NASA had an experiment where they were trying to learn about dolphins?
Okay.
You'll love this. Animal Girl.
I love dolphins.
Let me get this straight, actually. I want to quote this so I don't mess it up.
Dolphins fuck everything.
Yeah. So, let me see.
My sister-in-law she was in the Navy, and she trained dolphins for the Navy to tag bombs.
To tag bombs? What? How?
I don't know how
What does that mean?
Works. They train the dolphins to go tag bombs underwater for the Navy.
In 1960s, Margaret Levatt was part of a NASA's funded project to communicate with dolphins. And so she worked with a dolphin named Peter. And eventually, she would start, like, jerking off Peter the dolphin.
Okay. Like, as reinforcement?
As, like, she said he was sexually coming of age and a bit naughty. And that led to her eventually living with Peter 24 hours a day. She would stay at, like, work and, like, live with Peter. And would, like, jerk him off every day. And, like, said she, like, kind of fell in love with Peter. And once they figured this out...
Wait. Oh. She said she fell in love with him?
Yes. Yes.
That's too bad that she said that.
Yes.
Because I was kind of backing her for a second.
Why?
Because I was, dude, if you're gonna have a single dolphin in captivity that you want to perform like a number of behaviors, like that juvenile dolphin is gonna have needs, and like you could use sexual like reinforcement for an animal like that.
What?
Dolphins fuck everything.
So you're saying like you want the dolphin to jump through a hoop, his prize is getting jerked off?
For all animals.
Oh my god! What the hell?
Look. For all animals that you train, you work on you find their primary and their secondary.
That's what I do with Ludwig.
Their primary and their secondary reinforcers.
Good job, you got me flowers today.
Right. For a dolphin, dolphins are extremely sexual, extremely hormonal, especially when they're coming of age. If you have one, like their primary reinforcer may be sexual.
Okay, so what happened is she was like very empathetic, and she could tell essentially when the dolphin would essentially she could tell when the dolphin needed to let one out is how it started.
Okay.
Like so she what her dream was to teach the dolphin how to speak English. So that's where it all came from. So when he'd learn something good and like he'd get antsy or whatever, she'd jerk him off. She said that every single night everyone else would get in their cars and drive away. And there's this big brain floating around all night, and it amazed me that people kept leaving, and she felt like she was wrong. She was like, oh, this big dolphin brain that's like getting so smart or whatever, so she'd stay there 24 hours a day to watch Peter. Let me find more information. One second. Essentially, they would hang out to the point that she started questioning why she was even there, kind of. But she was convinced that the dolphin learned how to say M, which was M for Margaret, and she was like, wow, this is amazing.
Oh,
and
that's such a red flag.
She felt like the dolphin like was learning to love her.
You know what that sounds like, chat? Some bitch being like, my horse would never love me. My horse loves me.
And at one point, people suggested that Peter needed to go in a tank with another dolphin to socialize with other dolphins, sure. And she said no. She was like jealous, like Margaret.
Huh?
Yeah.
Where was this? What facility?
This is NASA.
NASA.
This was a NASA program in the 60s.
NASA allowed a human female to romantically get involved with a dolphin.
They didn't realize. Okay. So this is what happens. Dolphins get sexual urges, said the vet Andy Williamson, who looked after the animal's health at the dolphin house. I'm pretty sure Peter had plenty of thoughts along those lines. And then Margaret said, Peter liked to be with me. He would rub himself on my knee or my foot or my hand, and at first I would put him downstairs with the girls, she said. But transporting Peter's downstairs proved to be disruptive to the lessons that faced with his frequent arousals, and it seemed easier for Margaret to relieve his urges herself manually. I allowed that, she says. I wasn't uncomfortable with it. As long as it wasn't rough, it would just become a part of what was going on.
Stop. You're making it... Hold on. This dolphin was not penetrating this woman. Can we be very clear about that?
He was rubbing on her foot or thigh or leg or something.
Right. It wasn't like they were, like, having sex.
It would become a part of what was going on, like an itch. Let's just get rid of it, scratch it, and move on. And that's how it seemed to work out. It wasn't private. People could observe it, she said. For Margaret, it was a precious thing, which was always carried out with great respect. Peter was right there, and he knew that I was right there, she continues. It wasn't sexual on my part. Sensuous, perhaps. It seemed to me that it made our bond closer, not because of the sexual activity, but because of the lack of having to keep breaking. And really, that's all it was. I was there to get to know Peter, and I was a part of Peter.
Oh my god!
Innocent as they were, Margaret's sexual encounters with Peter would ultimately overshadow the whole experiment. When the story appeared in the Hustler magazine in the 1970s, Margaret said, I'd never even heard of Hustler. I think there were 2 magazines on the store, in the store at the island that they worked at. I went to one, and I found the story of my name and Peter and a drawing. And the drawing is her underwater, completely nude, holding Peter.
Stop. Oh?
Yeah,
my
so that
God.
was in a magazine that interviewed her about
Somebody drew that?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Ew.
Margaret bought all the copies she could find. But the story was out there and continues to circulate. It was a bit uncomfortable, she acknowledges. It was the worst experiment in the world I've read.
Stop asking for the link, you sick fucks.
Blah, 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 blah. Eventually NASA hears about this and puts an end to it, right? And they're like, this isn't okay, like, what the heck is going on? It was something to do with LSD, too. I think they were testing LSD on the dolphins.
What?
Yeah. It's a very long story, but eventually NASA breaks it apart, right? And they say, okay, Peter needs to go somewhere else. Margaret, you're going to a different study. So they put Peter, like, at SeaWorld or a different sanctuary or something. Not SeaWorld, fuck SeaWorld. But they put Peter somewhere else. And he kills himself.
How?
Drowns himself. The dolphin.
He just doesn't come up for air.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anything like that in a marine mammal.
He did it.
I definitely cannot confirm that was intentional.
They said, I couldn't keep Peter. If he'd been a cat or a dog, then maybe not a dolphin, Margaret said. It was a far cry from freedom. At the Miami lab, he held captive. Peter quickly deteriorated.
I've never read about anything regarding suicide in the...
I got a phone call from John Lilly, who was the supervisor of the study, she recalls. John called me to tell me. He said Peter had committed suicide. Dolphins are not automatic air breathers like we are, he explains. Every breath is a conscious effort. If life becomes too unbearable, the dolphins just take a breath and they sink to the bottom. They don't take the next breath.
There's a lot of parts of that story that would lead people to want that kind of ending because it's very dramatic. I have not read anything about dolphins being capable of doing that. They're very intelligent, so there is a chance, but...
Peter was in love.
I would be surprised if it was something other than some other sort of complication.
Peter was in love, and it was Romeo or Juliet. And Margaret kind of a hoe for not following up.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I was, honestly, for a bit, I was like, you know what, like, I get it, like, I can
saw
get
it from a
behind it,
scientist's perspective.
I've had monkeys jack off on me before.
Her pregnant. Oh, what? Someone in chat said I looked pregnant, and then I heard monkeys jacking off on you. What happened?
Not even... I've had a lot of animals masturbate on me. Yeah. I've had lots of parrots get really hormonal in their breeding season.
Uh-huh.
And so parrots will, like, rub their cloaca on you.
What's a cloaca?
One hole for everything. Poop, pee, like, insemination, all of it.
Wow.
Lots of parrots will do that. I've had a spider monkey jack off on me a number of times. Not just a single time. That was a female spider monkey, too. But the thing is, I mean, when she starts doing that, you can't take her off or she'll rip the shit out of you. You know, like she'll just bite you. She was nuts. The first time she did it, I was like, no, like get off of me. This is too much, because I knew exactly what she was doing, and she just bit my rib cage, and I was like, all right, I mean, there's not much you can do about it. Primates are really strong and like very strong-willed, so you just kind of have to let it happen. But you also have to make like really, really strong efforts to keep that relationship separate, because once you engage in a hormonal relationship with an animal, training that animal is it's a whole other thing.
That's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit none of us knew about until right now.
Chat, unlike
none of us asked that question ever before in our life.
You need to relax. It doesn't need to be a sexual thing on both ends.
That monkey had a dead-ass crush on Maya.
It was a female monkey.
Yeah, she's lesbian.
She was just in heat.
She is a lesbian hot for you.
It's very biological. Very biological.
Biological, yeah. She was bi. She loved you.
Her name was Maya, too.
Where is she now?
At the zoo.
Visit her.
I haven't seen her in forever.
She misses you.
She's 30. She's older than me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I've had lots of animals. It's just something that you get used to. It's not like a personal thing. It's a very biological thing.
Unless you are Peter and Margaret.
Right.
They were in love.
I don't know how to feel about that. No, I do know how to feel
I'll send you the article and you can read it all.
Great.
But it is fascinating. It is fascinating. And as soon as I heard this story, I thought to myself, I need to send that to Maya.
Wonderful.
And so I told you it, and I didn't remember all the facts, but I checked to make sure. And yeah. Go to her. Someone said, go to her, Maya. Relax. Your one true love, the monkey.
Relax.
Oh, that's crazy.
Is it?
Wow.
Primates are weird.
Yeah.
Primates are... Jane Goodall observed chimps doing stripteases for each other.
She was sick with it, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's no joke. She studied chimps.
She lived out there.
She lived with them. She witnessed...
Oh, Hassan rated us.
Aww. What's up?
Racist? We finished each other's sentences here. It's a good podcast.
Earlier we were talking about Lunchables, and I talked about my favorite Lunchable, and it was the one with the crackers in it. So, welcome to your stream.
I hope you guys had fun reading LSF comments today. The funny thing is Hassan is like the sweetest little muffin.
Is he? Hassan scares the fuck out of me.
Really?
Yes.
In what way?
He's a huge dude.
I mean, he's tall, but like he's sweet.
Is he?
Yeah, he's so sweet.
He's not mean, but he's not.
Oh, he is
I wouldn't say
sweet.
he's like sweet.
Oh my god, he is so sweet.
Okay, but
let me tell you, every single time I see his son, he gives me a hug, like he's like, ah, and he like squeezes me tight. He's like,
no, you know what Hassan does when he hugs?
What?
He hugs and he closes his fists behind on the other side of the person. I've seen him do it.
Oh no.
His fists are closed like a fucking man. I don't even know what that means, but it's like, hey, what's up? What is that? Why do men do that? Why can't you just like, hello?
Well, I don't know what. I think he's so sweet. His son is so sweet.
I have to pee so bad.
You're gonna leave me with this? You're gonna leave me with the Haas frogs?
With the what?
They're called Haas. You know nothing. Do you stream on Twitch?
No, and I deleted Reddit, so I actually don't know what any of you guys are talking about. There's a cord right here.
Don't step over it. Oh, we're out of wine.
Really?
We can open another one. We have literally bottles in here.
We should do another one. I didn't realize how drunk I was until I got up. Okay, I'm gonna be quick.
This wine is not called Naomi, like she said. It's like Miomi. It's Miomi. I don't know what she said. What a jerk. Hassan didn't even rate us.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, he's racist.
Yeah. I've been saying that. What the heck?
Oh, it's cold out there.
It is really cold out there. It's nice in here, but it's not too warm. But it's kind of cold. We're in a shed. For those of you who don't know. It's a she shed.
Oh, shit. I meant to delete that. Not
You typed F.
No, it was an accident.
You idiot.
It wasn't an F. It was a hashtag.
Oh. Come here, kitty kitty. Jersey. Come here. Okay. How many hours are we at?
It's 7:15.
What time do we start? Oh, we started at 5? What a good podcast. Should we order food?
What?
I'm hungry. We don't have charcuterie.
We don't have charcuterie. Ah! It's cold.
My boob is not out. Stop. This is tape. I will say one of the worst things I get when I wear, because I have small boobs, so I can wear pasties, I can wear cutlets or whatever. People in chat out themselves as a virgin when they're like, her nipple's showing, and it's a pasty. Oh. I'm like, yeah. Sorry, you've never had a girlfriend. That's not my problem. Thank you, coming in. Meow, 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 meow. Audio listeners, Maya's meowing at the cat. Because the cat has come up next to her. I think this is the part where audio listeners stop listening. Because they're like, oh, they're drunk, bye.
Oh, no.
Audio listeners, keep listening.
Wait,
I'm
this is
buzzed.
Actually... No,
what? Oh my god, why are you like this?
I don't believe you.
I've had 2 glasses.
I don't believe you. I think, no, but my glass is way bigger. Admit it. Chat, admit. This is empty.
Yes.
Chat, admit it. My glass is way bigger than
your
Cutie's.
Glass is bigger.
Hold your glass up.
I know your glass is bigger.
Oh my god! That is...
You didn't have to use that glass.
You said... Pardon?
You could have chosen this glass. I just grabbed 2 glasses. One of them was a red, one of them was a white.
The glass was in front of me.
You could have chosen whichever one you wanted.
I was gonna swap glasses. I'm not a bitch.
Well,
set me up.
I'm being gaslit. I grabbed 2 glasses out.
Oh my god,
I grabbed 2 glasses out of the. I grabbed 2 glasses out of the cupboard.
You're gaslighting me.
Gaslighting me.
Literally, somebody said you're gaslighting me.
You're gaslighting me.
You're one of the worst. No.
I grabbed 2 glasses out of the cupboard. One was a red glass. One of them was white. I was like, it doesn't matter. We're not fancy. We don't know the difference. And I come in here and I set them down. You could have picked if you were picky. You chose the red glass.
You remember one of the worst times I've ever been gaslit?
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. I don't understand gaslighting.
You don't?
Unfortunately. I really don't get it. And so it confuses me when people say gaslighting.
Gaslighting is when you, like...
You convince someone of a lie, essentially.
Yeah. Or, like, you do something fucked up, and then they react to it or something, and you're like... It's because of you that you feel that way. You know?
Yeah, it really confuses me.
You make them feel crazy, yeah.
The phrase gaslighting really confuses me.
Chat. One time, I had a friend who... This was back in college. I had a friend who was, like, my best friend. And I was seeing this guy, and I ended it with the guy, and I was like, to my friend, I was like, can you make sure that he's okay? Because I thought he was going to be really sad. And so that night, she went to make sure he was okay, and she made out with him in the hot tub, told him to pretend that it was me, and then tried to have sex with him, and he said no. And then when I confronted her about it, and I was like, yo, like, that's not cool at all. Like, why'd you do that? She gaslit me. And she was like, I was trying to help both of you because he was never going to get over you until he got under somebody else. Like, it was helping both of you. And I was like, oh.
Oh, of course. Of course.
That's probably the worst I've ever been gaslit. Maybe. Probably, it's not the worst, but that's one of the times that I've been gaslit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Speaking of crazy stories, this person I know, this boy I know,
okay.
I'm friends with him for a very long time, went to high school together.
No, it was not Tatiana.
We went to high school together, and he used to go to our friend's house, and and I'm totally lying about a lot of details in the story because this is not even my story. This is a friend's story that they told me, and I just want to keep this very, like, whatever. Okay. But if in case that friend listens, I am stealing your story and keeping it very vague and pretending it's my story. So, because it's a good story. So I'm friends with this person, me and, you know, this other girl. Let's call her... Give me a name. Samantha. I love Samantha. Me and Samantha were really good friends with a boy's name.
Brett.
Anyway, we're playing Mad Libs now. Me, Brett, Samantha, we're all really good friends. We grow up together, whatever, we're super good friends. We keep going to Samantha's house. Samantha's mom is kind of hot. Like, she's just a MILF, you know, and we don't mind her. We're just like, oh, she's great. 5 years later, we are sitting at dinner. All of a sudden, Samantha's mom is sending nudes to Brett. Like, on Instagram.
Oh.
Samantha does not know this, by the way. And we're like, what the f-? So we're out of high school, so it's legal. It's totally legal. And she's saying things, like she's trying to talk dirty to Brett, and she's saying things, and I can see all this. Samantha doesn't know, but I can see. She's saying things like, when you used to come over, did you think I was hot? And he's like...
Dude.
Mind you, she is newly divorced, so at least she's not like... It is sad, is what it is.
My friend, when she was making out with the guy... She was literally... she was like, just pretend that I'm Maya. Like... look at me and think that I look like mine right now. Like, just pretend that I'm her. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. Dude, that's crazy.
Pretend. Anyway, in that situation, if you are Brett, you never tell Samantha, right? Until you're her stepdad. Then you're like, hey, do your laundry. That's crazy, huh? I did not think that stuff was real until it happened to someone in my circle. And I was like,
that's a lot.
That is a lot.
How do you know that? Because the guy that I ended it with told me. Because we were still friends or whatever. He was like, you would not believe what she said. And I was like, damn, no kidding.
That's so crazy. You know what someone in chat said, he lied, Omegalol. Imagine if your friend would have just come back and be like, he lied. Would you have believed her or him?
About him getting nudes from her?
No, going back. Like, I saw the nudes from the mom. They are amazing. Well, they're actually very old lady nudes. Like, she doesn't know how to take good nudes. And you're like, come on. Like, she's taking pictures of her coochie. And I'm like, no one wants to see a coochie.
Right, yeah.
You don't even want to see your own coochie. No, I'm saying your story. Like, imagine, you know,
if
you go to your friend and she's like,
if
he's
she was
lying.
like, I'd be like,
who would you believe?
Him. 100%.
Interesting.
But there's also history there.
Okay, that's fair.
It makes it different.
That's fair. I think, is there anything she could have said to, like, save herself?
Why? Because he used to have a crush on her, and then he got a crush on me, and she made a comment about how I took her puppy away from her because he used to follow her everywhere, and now he was obsessed with me. I feel like that's enough evidence for me to be like,
I need mods to ban anyone who's saying I'm pregnant.
Who is saying that?
A lot. I've seen it a few times. Every single time I lean back.
Nobody is saying that.
Guys, this is my thigh. This is my tummy.
Nobody's saying that.
You're making me feel bad.
Stop. You know what you have to do?
What?
You're a bigger streamer than you think. You need to act like a bigger streamer.
I can't.
You need to act like you don't.
I'm a human. Maya.
So am I.
They say really mean things to me and it makes me feel really bad.
Too.
They keep me up at night.
Dude.
I feel awful all the time. I feel awful all the time.
You have to act like you don't see it. You gotta act like you don't. Or you have to start reading chat less.
You're actually not the first person to say this to me. My
mods are really good about getting it out of there. Because the past couple months have been fucking terrible, right?
I believe that.
But, like, you just have to read chat a little less frequently, because they get rid of it immediately.
But you get so used to it. That's the hard thing. Don't see it. I depend on my chat.
Straight up, you just don't see it.
Chat, I'm gonna stop looking at you.
No, you don't have to stop looking at it. It's just like, just reduce the frequency a little bit. It's crazy. Because I know there's been so much in my chat that I have not seen. And it's just because I've intentionally...
Because your mods are fast.
Yeah, I've intentionally started looking at it a little bit less.
That's good advice.
But I don't think that... Like, chat, have you noticed that I've been looking at chat a little bit less in the past couple months. I feel like you haven't. It's an intentional thing, though, but it just doesn't make a difference for them. It just makes a difference for me.
I think the very hard thing is as a streamer, when you grow, when you're a small streamer, you know your career depends on responding to chat. It really does. People come in and you have 10 seconds to make an impression. So you want to respond as quickly as possible. At least, like, you kind of had a blow up much quicker than me. But I streamed League of Legends for 6 months to 20 people tops. And I knew as soon as someone came in chat, I had to make them feel welcome. And so it's been ingrained in my brain that I shouldn't miss a message. I shouldn't, so I just am so focused.
It's like you have to learn how to filter what's an actual person and what's just like a broken, not worth your time person.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Which is so hard to do when it's just a username, but like, you gotta be able to see patterns,
It's actually really difficult for me. Because I just think anyone can be reasoned with, which just isn't true. I know.
That is so not true.
I know, but
God.
I believe in humanity too much.
Stop!
I'm not kidding.
You live in LA.
I know.
What do you mean?
I'm not meant to live in LA. You know that about me.
I know, but you've been living here. You gotta stop.
I don't go out. Do you guys know the number one reason I don't go to the club? I've talked to Will Neff about this. Will Neff is a partier. He loves clubbing. He loves going out. He really, really, really wants to take me out and wants me to have a good time.
Same.
And I tell him no because of the way people are in LA. I do not want to go to a club. I do not want to deal with these people. I think I could go to a club in Ohio and have a great time.
The only time I've gone to a club with Will Neff, I got myself to the club, which was a nightmare, by the way.
Oh, I remember this.
Getting myself to... First of all, I had to Uber. The Uber got stuck in an alley. A fucking alley in LA. Like, in an alley. I had to get out of the Uber because the traffic was so bad and walk my ass to the club. Which was terrifying in itself, because this is in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Got to the club, showed up in my normal attire, like a crop top, yoga pants, Birkenstocks, right? And the bouncer looks me up and down aggressively, like so blatantly. He goes, "Yeah, we can't do those sandals." And I was like, so I can't go in? Or what? And he was like, nah. So I wait outside, I have to call Will Neff. Will comes out, flexes his money, says that he bought this table, because he bought a VIP table, which is like several $1,000s, right? He has to flex his money, get the manager. The manager comes over, and she like yells at the security guard. And she's like, why are you treating our guests like this, blah, blah, blah. And you know damn well.
She's just saving face.
You know damn well, if he didn't buy a table, if I was a normal club attendee, she would just be like, she wouldn't come out. She wouldn't care at all, and neither would he. Like, that's how he treats everybody. But it was because Will had bought this table inside, which wasn't even a fucking table. It was like a little tiny, it was like a nightstand where we could set our drinks down.
Our coffee table
literally
is better
smaller
than
than
that
this.
table.
Smaller than this, several
audio
$1,000s.
listeners, we have a pretty big coffee table.
Yeah, smaller than this, several $1,000s. But she came out and she's like, why are you treating people like this? Like, what, like, blah, 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 blah. And then I walked in with my Birks, but only because Will came out and flexed. LA is crazy. I've never had an experience like that ever. I almost cried outside. I was so embarrassed.
I don't blame you. I was sitting in the hotel not going.
Dude, all these girls were walking in with like sparkly dresses and heels and shit, and I wasn't prepared to go clubbing. Like, I just had my normal clothes.
This was during the G4 event, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, no, you're not walking in here.
You know what's interesting? Actually, this is good perspective to get from chat, and I know chat is definitely going to take...
I wasn't wearing socks with my sandals. I was just wearing sandals.
Chat is going to take... I know what side chat's going to... Chat is going to take the rational side that I normally am, for the record. And I know you guys are going to take this, so... But I'm hanging out with a bunch of girls, mind you, right? And Ludwig went to the club that night. Ludwig goes to the club with the boys. If they go to the club, he goes to the club. I don't care. I really don't care. I could have gone to the club multiple times, and I would rather not go because I know how it'll make me feel. And I will not feel good in an LA club with a bunch of people that are size 0 and have numerous plastic surgery done and are just gorgeous out of their minds. I just know I will feel bad about myself for weeks, so I choose not to go. And so, you know, I sit at home. He goes, I don't care. He goes, he's gone, I think once or twice. It's not a big deal. And I'm hanging out with a bunch of girls one night, and he's talking about going to the clubs with Hassan. And I don't think it's a big deal. I'm like, yeah, go do your thing. And a girl asks me, they're like, where's Led tonight? I was like, oh, he's going to go to the clubs. And they immediately panic. They're like, he doesn't need to go to the clubs. He has a girlfriend. And I'm like, what? And they're like, and it's all the girls at the table. They're like, honey, hello? Like, he has a girlfriend. What is he going to the clubs for? And I was like, to have fun. And they're like, no. People go, like, men go to the clubs to hit on girls. What is he gonna do? Watch his friends hit on girls? And I'm like, yeah.
There's lots of things to do at clubs.
I don't know, because I don't go to the clubs. I'm kind of like, yeah. You know, like, I trust my boyfriend. I feel fine. Like, I genuinely feel fine. I think he's trying to have a boys' night, whatever. But then every girl around me is panicking. They're like, homegirl, this is a red flag. And I'm like, what? It's like people telling you your house is on fire when you know your house isn't on fire. And so I start panicking, and I'm like texting Lud. I'm like, are we good? Are we okay? Like, what's going on? And it's just like, and like Lud and I have talked about it, and it's fine. And even when I brought it up to him, he's like, so do you not want me to go to the clubs? And I'm like, no, I don't think I care. I'm just giving you the social communication on how I felt.
I draw the line at strip clubs.
You've said that, but I feel fine about strip clubs.
I don't think I've ever said that live.
You've said that to me.
You're fine about strip clubs?
Yeah, they're performers. I mean, if he got a lap dance, I'm like, weird, but
okay, well,
he's not going to see boobs from me, so he might as well see them somewhere.
Maybe it's because I've never, Jesus Christ, that is so, don't say that. Maybe it's because I've never been to a strip club, but I kind of assume that lap dances are part of it. But also,
no,
I mean,
they're not.
The point of going to a strip club is to see strippers.
You explained this perspective to me one time, and I understood it, and I had never thought of it that way before. Because you go to, if you see strippers, you are then in hand getting horny, correct?
But the other thing is, I'm completely fine with porn. So what's the difference? If there's no intimate physical connection, like, what's the difference? I don't know. I have no issues with porn whatsoever. Like, watch porn, consume porn, masturbate to porn, whatever. But like, I'm not okay with a strip club, and that's pretty inconsistent, actually.
Yeah, I don't understand the difference. Maybe it's because it's like, actually, when you're watching porn, it's not possible. But when you're at a strip club, it could be. Like, she's a real human at that point compared to a human on a screen.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe that's it. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, just proximity. Proximity and maybe, like, intent. Because porn, for me, is, like, you're horny, you just want to, like... It like, what I was talking about earlier with the animals, like, it's just like, a need, you know? Just, like, get it over with, get whatever, and, like, that's it. And that's fine with me. Something about a strip club is, like... I don't know, maybe it feels like there's more intent there. It just feels like you're going
I'm interested on other... Like, I'm interested... the majority of our audience on twitch.tv live is males, admittedly. I'm very interested on other females' opinions on this.
Yeah, but, like, going to, like, bond with your boys about how hot this stripper is...
That's like, kind of... Well, that's what the other girls pointed out to me about going to the clubs. They're like, honey, all he's doing is, like if you know, Hassan hits on a girl, like... He goes back to Lud and he's like, oh, she's so hot. And then Lud's like, yeah, she was. But I'm like, I literally sat there and I was like, no, Lud's not like that.
Someone said it's fine if it's a group. If your man is going to a strip club alone, that's enough.
That's actually...
That's enough. I'm going to be honest.
It has
that's
to be
a whole
group.
Different thing.
Yeah.
Thank you for the 5, Biggie Yoda. Sorry, continue.
Essentially, that's all I'm saying is, like, it was just weird the way that, like, people kind of... I genuinely still feel fine about Ludwig going to the clubs. I don't care. I think he can hang out with the boys.
Clubs are fine. Strip clubs are not.
Clubs are fine. But it was just crazy. Not crazy is the wrong word. I don't like when crazy is thrown out when it comes to just, like, female perspective.
Yeah. But
it was just very interesting to me to hear, like, oh no, like, he can only go to the club if he's seeking other females.
Somebody said, Chazzy said, what if they go to a strip club for a bachelor party? I know it's, like, such... Okay, I'm kind of scared to say this because I don't want to get... I know it's, like, such a traditional thing, but I think having strippers for a bachelor party is bizarre.
I think it's fine.
I think that's so weird.
I can say that... No, I think it's fine. I had an ex go to a bachelor party with... You know what? Okay, tell me...
If I was about to get married to a man... And he was out with his boys one night, and they hired a bunch of strippers to do lap dances, and you know she's focusing on the groom.
I think lap dances are too far.
I'd be like, but what are you gonna hire strippers for? To strip in front of you and all your boys? I'd be like,
that's like watching porn together.
That is a man that is too young for me. That's a good point, dude. That's my whole perspective. Like, I don't want to get married to somebody that wants to go out with his boys and is gonna like go out for a night and need strippers to be like, yeah, like, let's go. Like, that man just seems too young. I've never really
thought about this.
That's frat shit.
I've never thought about this in the current state I'm in because Ludwig is very different than any guy I've ever dated. He's very, very... I don't know. I feel very secure with Ludwig, so it's, like, very different. And I don't even think he'd be interested in that. Actually, last time I went to Vegas, I was the one that wanted to go to a strip club, and Lud's like, nah.
I would go to a strip club.
You said you would not go to a strip club.
I would go to... What? When did I say that?
Because I said in Vegas I want to go to a strip club. And you said, no, I don't want to go. Do not... You...
When?
Do
When
not
we were
gaslight
just
me.
in Vegas.
Yeah. I said I want to go to a strip club.
I'll literally go to a strip club. I don't remember telling you no.
Who said no?
I literally don't remember telling
Somebody
you no.
in the group said no. You were like, no, I don't... I'm going to find... And I said titties. And you were like, no. I'm finding the DMs.
I am scared of seeing titties.
That's what it was. Okay, I'm finding the DMs.
But I would still go.
I thought... Okay.
Oh, wait, no. I do remember this conversation. I told her no because I was like, I would get two in my head and I would feel bad for the girls. I said that. I remember that.
Vegas. Who was it with? Will was there?
Chat, I would just I would write these narratives in my head about like these girls not wanting to do what they're doing, and I would just feel guilty.
I will say I went to a strip club in New Orleans, and that's how it was. It was a bunch of girls that you felt bad for.
Right, yeah.
And so I just gave them all my money.
That's what I'm scared of.
But like I want to go to a strip club in Vegas because Vegas is supposed to be the pinnacle of like people travel to Vegas to become a stripper. Like you know, strippers that like are in kind of shitty clubs go to Vegas to make more money and be like hot ass strippers. And so I've never been to a strip club in Vegas, but I've been to strip clubs in weird places. I'm never going to
Vegas again.
Well, okay, that's kind of fair. You had a weird
I don't
experience.
care about Vegas at all. I have no desire to go back to Vegas.
If you want to know about our Vegas experience, please visit the last podcast, listen to it all in full.
If you want to know about our Vegas experience, we did a really good Twitch Rivals event. Me and QTCinderella raised a lot of money, but I got drugged.
We haven't been paid, have we?
No.
Okay. Well, good. Honestly, Sad Dad, by the way, Sad Dad, we've talked about, who built this amazing podcast space and the set yesterday. I've never met more in tuned, talented person. Like, all I have to do is show her what I want, and it's just done, and it's just gorgeous, and it's just like...
It's actually true. She
picks it out of my... She's insane. She is insane, and she deserves way more credit, and she is genuinely one of those people. Speaking of, we have a present from her.
Oh, shit.
I have a present from her from the concert yesterday. Let's open it.
Ooh, Christmas!
Audio viewers, I'm opening a card. And it has cute cats holding a Christmas tree.
Yay!
That's very cute. And I think she's going to say something inside of it that's going to make me cry. Aww. Cutie and Maya.
Oh, no way. Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just for you.
Thanks for having me. It's honestly been the most enjoyable way to end the year. Wishing you both the best this holiday. I hope next year, no matter what space you dwell in the home or with work, that you'll feel like yourself and feel like home. Cheers, XO Sad. I'm gonna cry.
That is so well worded. Oh my god. What the fuck?
I do not want Sad Dad to get popular because I need her. No one else can hire her. I need her.
She didn't even like cross anything out and change her mind. Like,
no.
It was just that.
It was just so heartful. You know what's crazy is last night. So you guys heard me. If you watched the concert last night, I had this speech about like.
You cried.
I cried.
It was pretty embarrassing.
I didn't mean to, for the record. But like the thing is I started streaming. Because my mom died, and I was super, super lonely. A lot of people know this. I was super, super lonely. I talked to my mom every single day. And so I started streaming because I just needed someone to talk to. And my mom loved Christmas. So a big part of the concert was like, I used to have Christmas concerts as a kid because I was a choir kid. And my mom would show up front row fucking ready. You know what I'm saying? And so like a lot of the inspiration pulls from the idea of being lonely, the idea of Christmas, the idea of how much it meant to my mom. And doing this concert, I didn't want to say anything about my mom on stream because then I would have really cried. I would have been like, and so anyway.
I cried when you cried.
Christmas is a big deal for my family, at least, and I hate the idea of feeling alone. I feel alone a lot, and so I hope, like, at least everyone had that moment of warm, fuzzy feelings watching the concert. And I talked to Sad Dad at the door, and I was like, thank you so much, like, this was amazing. And she was like, we were crying watching, like, you know, when you cried, and I was like, yeah, and I told them a story of my mom and, you know, kind of what it meant, and she was like, and the first thing, and this is, like, just not a human response, she says, thank you for sharing that with me. And I was like,
actual normie shit.
I was like, oh my god.
Person reaction.
And she's just like the sweetest human in the whole world, and I can't wait to... She's like a part of my life now. I will not let her not be a part of my life because I just need her for so much. Like, I need her for just gorgeous things. And the thing about this space that's interesting, like this podcast space, chat, you're looking at it, is that every single person I brought in here, just to show them the space, we end up sitting on the couch and they tell me their deepest, darkest secrets or like whatever's going on in their life. Every single
We
person.
should talk about our deepest, darkest secrets.
Every single person, because it's just that she's created not just a set, she's created like
a space.
A space. It's very impressive.
Very intentional.
Anyway, she's very, very talented, and I don't want her to get popular because I need her in my life. But I do want her to be popular and successful. Anyway, sorry, she got us this present. Audio listeners, I'm opening the present. What the heck is this?
Wait, it's cute? I thought it was just like chocolate or something.
She got us both little
It's
keychains. They're little hearts. They're little handmade keychains. And oh my god, cat and dog hair clips.
Oh shit! Wait, I have hair now. Give it to me.
Oh no, they're dog hair clips. Oh my god, which one do you want?
Probably the dog, because you're...
They're both dogs. This is a King Cavalier, and that's a what?
It looks like
a dachshund?
It looks like a Bernese Mountain Dog.
Oh,
it also
does look like
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
Oh my god.
These are so insanely cute.
Wait, I have two pigtails.
Okay, we're clipping.
Okay,
we're going back.
We'll go to one pigtail.
Holy cow, sad dad. She's amazing, guys. Alright, she's amazing. She worked so hard yesterday. She worked so hard on the set. And then she tweets that she's thankful for me, and I'm like,
yeah, bitch, what?
Yeah, I'm like, hello?
What do you mean?
Oh, we're clipped up. We're clipped up.
Ow.
Dude, she's out of this world. I've never met a human more just thoughtful than her and talented. Look at that. Look at that Bernese Mountain Dog clip.
Did I do a bad job?
No.
I'm drunk.
Oh. No, I think it's great. I kind of have to pee, but I really don't want to go inside.
I gotta pee too.
Hi, Swift.
I just peed. I really smell bladder.
You said I just peed like you just peed on the couch. I just peed.
I peed on the couch.
Anyway, these are cute. Thank you, Sad Dad,
Thank
for the
you
set.
so much.
Thank you for the
That's so
present and the whole content segment on our podcast for you giving us a present. Maybe I should have people send stuff to our P.O. box sometime.
God.
We should have done a Christmas episode where I had people send stuff, because I have a P.O. box, and they could have addressed it to Maya and Cutie.
Damn.
It's alright, next time. Next year. Because we'll definitely still have this podcast next year.
Dude, what do you think is going to happen to this podcast? To this podcast?
I think if we drop significantly in viewers, we'll get very discouraged. But I think regardless the amount of viewers we have, that it is a successful podcast. I think it's a good podcast.
You think if we drop down to 5K, we're going to keep doing it?
I hope so.
We're at 10.5.
But I get why so this is what you're witnessing right now, chat, is the cyclical issues with streamers, is we find our worth in our viewership, and we have no clue what could be going on today. There could be a Lakers game, there could be...
There's just a lot of
Smash
people
event.
Live. There's a lot of people
Ludwig could be live. I mean, Ludwig is live on Slime Stream, you know.
We should go live later. My thing is always like 5 o'clock, because for some reason in my head it's like, oh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, like we're drinking podcast, it makes sense. But honestly, we should probably go live at like...
I purposefully go live at like 8 p.m. because, well, I go live at 6 p.m. because what happens, I go live at my normal count. All of a sudden I see all these Haas frogs, and I'm like, oh, that song got offline. All of a sudden I see all these Miz kids, I'm like, oh, Miz got offline. All of a sudden I see all these Lud buds, I'm like, oh, look. I am the queen of overflow. I am the backup streamer, which feels bad because I'm like, why don't you watch me? But I'll take it. Refugees.
Dude, I'm a second monitor streamer, always.
I see all these XQCLs all of a sudden, I'm like, wow, he got offline?
Right.
But yeah, my best viewership is midnight. I'm not kidding.
Mine's like 10, 11 a.m. CT.
Yeah, that makes sense because no one else is online.
10 a.m. CT. It's like 9, 8 a.m. PST.
I
Nobody's awake.
I will say, XQC's chat, they have a bad rap. Like, a lot of people think they're toxic, but I was the camera girl at Universal Studios for an XQC stream recently, and they were sweet little juicers.
That's the move.
What?
Catering to the XQC frogs.
Shh.
We love you. We love you so much. If you love XQC, we love XQC.
XQCL.
Welcome to the stream.
From each and every one of us. Merry Christmas. You're not supposed to tell them that you're catering to them.
Sorry.
Right? Idiot.
XQCL.
Okay, we're going to do viewer call-ins now.
Huh?
My number is 9... Just kidding. Imagine if we did that. That'd actually be a funny segment.
That would be crazy. Has your number ever been leaked?
No. My Google number got leaked and I just deactivated it. Really? You shouldn't say that. People are going to find it.
It's a new number now.
Oh, okay.
You know how it got leaked?
How?
Miss Tricky.
Oh, Miss Tricky. What did she do?
She's got her phone. I called Miss Tricky, right? She doesn't have my number saved. She hands the phone to Mizkiff on stream, like, you're Mizkiff. She hands it like this.
Oh my god.
My whole ass number is on the screen.
Tricky is the sweetest heart,
Dude,
but she is the dumbest sometimes.
You should have seen the amount of texts and calls I got. It was fucking disgusting.
Oh my god.
I had to change my number immediately. Now I have an area code that makes no sense.
Holy shit, I have so many DMs at the moment.
I went to chat. This is a little bit paranoid. I went to a city that I've never been to in my life to go to an AT&T store to get a new phone number so that my area code had nothing to do with me as a person.
That sucks.
My area code makes no sense. People are like, oh, where is that? It's just like, don't worry about it.
You should have flown to, like, Ohio.
I didn't know.
I want an Ohio zip area code. Next. Oh, I still have a tag on this. This dress Maya and I bought together, actually, and I haven't even tried it on.
We bought... Really?
Mm-mm. You saw how I shopped.
Yeah. Cutie and I went to... When we went to Vegas, we went shopping, and we got both of these dresses.
Wait, did you see how psychopathic I was? I almost slid it behind the couch. Why did I almost do that?
Ew.
I know. I leaned back to slide my garbage behind the couch.
I got
That
this.
was
We both got
crazy.
these dresses from Vegas. From that one shop. It was so cute. I loved it.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. Wait, why is everyone... Oh, they're typing in area codes. I was like, why is everyone typing 3 numbers?
Nobody's gotten it so far, if that makes you feel any better.
Wow, Maya has super secret number.
It's very secret. It's very secret. Yeah, you can't know.
You cannot know.
I literally have not seen the area code. That's actually crazy. Wow, you guys are so dumb.
You guys are so stupid. It is Ohio. I knew it. Audio listeners, viewers are spamming the bunch of different area codes.
I have to pee again. Do you have to pee? Do you want to go before me?
No.
You have those stupid hanger things on that dress still?
You're toxic?
That's stressing me out. Do you leave those on?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. You can look at any of my dresses in my closet. They're in there.
Chat, these things, do you know what this is? As a male? This is so you can hang the dress up on a hanger. And it just sticks out.
I use
Always.
It.
I cut them off.
I use it to hang them.
I hang my dresses like a crazy person. I hang my dresses like a pair of pants. In half.
Oh, that's weird.
Across the hanger, I hang them in half. I will never not cut those things off. They're so annoying.
I do have to pee, actually.
Okay, go.
Okay, you're in charge. Can we have a 5-minute segment where you guys hear the space heater? Because it's kind of cold.
Yeah. Do you want to turn on?
5-minute segment. You guys hear the space heater. Swift is going to be afraid of it, unfortunately.
It's okay.
Casual. Nothing happens, Swift. It's 55 degrees in here, the space heater just told me.
What?
Yep, it's really cold. I'll be back. You were fast.
It's so cold.
It's freezing.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's really cold. I hope the space heater will warm us up soon. I told chat we're going to leave it on.
Okay.
I was talking to them about Reddit and doing r/niceguy.
Oh, okay.
And deciding who is a nice guy.
Everybody on r/niceguy is not a nice guy.
Well, let's just see.
Okay.
Reddit r/nice guys. Self-proclaimed nice guys are man-childs or douches who mistake being spineless and pathetic for being nice. Oh, hi, kitty.
There's meow, meow,
Okay.
meow.
This title, posted by Underoos 4 hours ago on Reddit, says... Did he just meow?
No,
Or was that you?
it's me.
Oh. He said, my mom has been on 1 date with this guy. And the guy says, do you want to spend the night together at my place? And she replied, did you mean to send that to me? And he said, of course. She doesn't reply for 5 minutes. And he sends, so Shrugging emoji? Like so. She says, that's not something I do until I've known someone for a while. And he says, make an exception. I like you. I know we will go somewhere. We can go have drinks then crash at my place. I'll take you home in the morning.
Oh.
Then we can be a little more. He waits 14 minutes and then sends, we only live once, so let's make the most out of it. Am I coming to get you? He waits 20 minutes and then sends question mark, question mark. He waits 15 more minutes and says, are you ignoring me like before? She replies, I just got back into the dating world and I'm not making exceptions for anyone. He says, I see you are ignoring me because I see you're online. She says, online where? I'm in the middle of doing dishes actually. He says, goodbye. She says, and my 2 youngest just went back to North Carolina, so I've been busy with them. We rushed back here because their biological father had a stroke and is still in the hospital, just so you know. And then she said, goodbye then. He said, blocking you on everything and now on my text messages, so you won't be able to send me any messages. It says you're on Plenty of Fish right now. You're basic. Trash like the rest.
That one's boring because it's so obvious. Like, that guy's a huge, massive red flag.
I think she should have replied to him.
Huge, massive. Have you ever had anybody do that? Been like, known where you were, that you weren't replying, and been like, yo?
No, I am a serial monogamous. Like, I date someone once and I fall in love.
Oh.
So I haven't really had a ton of time in the dating world. But I have had people be like I don't reply to them and they're like, you were ugly anyway. And you're like, oh, damn. You found out. Like, I don't...
One time in college, I had a guy that memorized my entire class schedule because he liked me.
Wow.
And then one time I was at work in the morning and I was going to miss one of my classes because I was working, like, at my internship. And then he texted me because he had my location. And he was like, aren't you going to be late to chem?
Ooh, hate that.
Because he knew how far I was from campus and that I was going to be late. And I was like...
Wait, how did he have his location?
I shared my
You shared it
location
with him?
Yeah.
You were just like, you were kind of close?
Yeah, no, we were super close. And he texted me completely, like, we hadn't talked at all that day, but he just saw where I was, and he knew how far I was from campus, and he was like, you're gonna be late to chem. And I texted him, and I was like, yeah, you're right.
Wow.
Yeah.
What happened to him? Where is he now? He's watching right now.
The last I talked to him, he was sending me front-facing Snapchats of him ODing.
Oh, I remember this guy.
Yeah.
You've told me about him.
And he was like, essentially like, why don't you love me?
He's fine now, chat. He didn't OD.
Yeah,
I mean, he
he's
might
alive.
have, but he got saved.
No, he's alive, he's alive.
You can overdose and still live.
He's for sure alive. But yeah, I had to call the cops in that city, and they basically told me, like, you have to wait until he wakes up in the morning, or until we can bust into his living situation, his living space. And I was like, okay. So I had to wait like 5 hours that night, because I wasn't sure if he stopped replying because he passed out, because of all the drugs and alcohol, or because he died. But then I found out in the morning he just passed out. He's fine.
He's fine physically, maybe not mentally. I think that's so sad. I wonder what the first date was like with this lady in this r/niceguys.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought you meant with me.
No.
The crazy thing about that whole story is that there never was a single date.
He was a friend, right?
Yeah, he was a friend.
He was a friend. That's why he had your location.
Right. But with that lady, yeah, no. I don't know. It was probably very normal, but he just hasn't been on any dates at all. And so he was like,
And he just wanted to get some.
Yeah, he was like, this is the one.
It is interesting how rude men can get when they just want some.
True.
I've never met any woman, and that could happen. I've never met any woman who, like, is rude just because she wants to get some. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. I mean, I've never had the opportunity to have that experience, I guess.
Yeah, I just have never heard stories, I guess. But some people in chat are saying they have. chat acting like people are trying to... I'm sure you guys are great looking, every single one of you. You're
They
beautiful.
exist. Fair?
I believe they exist. I believe
Yeah,
you.
fair enough.
I just think it's crazy how everybody seems to have a story about, like, a guy getting mad.
True.
But, alright. Nice guy teaches female about the art of flirting. A female post on Twitter. Oh, and this is posted on r/niceguy from user Pika Pika Gamer. Guy walked up to me when I was at lunch today with my mom and asked for my number. When I asked if I knew him, he said, "And that's why you're a lone bitch," before walking out. Chivalry at its finest, folks. Which is just crazy. Like when
Wait,
someone...
like he egoed her?
He walked up to her and said, "What's your number?" And she says, "Oh, do I know you?"
Oh, yeah.
And he said, "Well, that's why you're a lone bitch." Which is crazy. And then a man replied to this and said, "What did you expect? I mean, honestly, you want men to try, but you turn down nice guys when they come up to you." Was he supposed to say, "Hey, bitch, nice tits"? Knowing females like you, that probably would have worked. And then she replied, "He was supposed to leave me the fuck alone, you creep."
I saw somebody make a TikTok about that recently. And they were like, if I'm at the gym just like doing my thing, don't approach me, try not whatever. And then this guy replied and he was like, "You're gonna reject every man that comes up to you and tries to make a move and say that you're attractive, and it's the nice men that always lose."
It is the nice men that always lose.
High pitch guy is the best. Yeah, some of you know who I'm talking about. I don't know. I mean, have you ever been approached by a man in a public situation where you're not intending on, like, not a bar, not like going out having a good time, like in any normal public situation where you've been flattered or like intrigued by a man's approach?
Okay, this is an interesting thing about this, and I think this is important for all men to learn. The conversation starter is not, "Can I have your number?" It never has been. And those of you that think that works, it just doesn't. Unless you're Channing Tatum. I still don't even think that works for Channing Tatum.
I'd be scared of him for sure.
Yeah. If he wasn't
He's too
famous
strong,
and he
he'd
approaches
freak me
you,
out.
you're like, "Why do you want my number?" That's not how it works, guys. If it has worked for you, you're very, very lucky. But, like, I've genuinely only had one guy in my entire life ask for my number. Like,
What?
out of the blue. And it was on a train in Vegas,
Including
actually.
bars.
Yeah.
What?
I have resting bitch face. People are afraid of me.
Okay.
I don't mean to be this way.
Okay.
I had one guy, I was at this conference for work. And, oh God, I remember this. I had a boyfriend at the time. I'm at this conference for work in Vegas. This is years ago. I want to say like 6 years ago. And I'm with a few people that I work with, and I get on this train. You guys know the tram in Vegas, to go from the Southwest Hotel over to like the conference center. And so I get on the tram, and this guy gets on, he sits next to me, and he's like a tram operator or something, tram security.
Okay.
And it's just super awkward, we don't talk about anything, and he says, "Oh, I like your dress." And I say, "Thank you so much." That's the conversation, that's it. I get off the train, I go to the conference. I'm there for 8 hours, mind you. We get on the train to go back to our hotel. I get on, it's normal. The next stop before our hotel, the doors are open. Last second, right before they close, he hops on again. And comes and he sits right next to me. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, his shift was definitely over at this point. And I just think he was watching the cameras, if I'm being 100% honest. He sits next to me. He makes small talk. He gives me no option to give me his number, if that makes sense. Because what happened was, and this is, he's like, "Oh, are you from town?" "No." And he's like, I have some great restaurants you should go to. And, like, it's so hard because I don't want to be rude. No one in the world wants to be rude, right? And I'm like, "Oh, what are they?" And he's like, "Let me text them to you." And I say, "No, it's okay. Just tell me, I'll write them down."
Ugh.
And he's like, "No, I need to think about it, so let me text them to you. What's your number?"
Oof.
and I have a boyfriend, and it'd be so rude in that moment to say I have a boyfriend. He's just trying
That's
to
not rude.
Well, he's just trying to send me restaurants.
You know what's crazy about that excuse?
What?
You know what's... Dude, the amount of times that I've said I have a boyfriend, even when I don't have a boyfriend, is disgusting. What's even more disgusting about that is that a man's capability of, like, respecting a woman's, like, being uncomfortable, like, not wanting his advances, whatever, to him respecting another man's property.
Yeah.
Like, if you're like, I'm really uncomfortable with you talking to me right now, he's just gonna be like, you dumb. But if you're like, I have a boyfriend, he's like, oh shit, sorry girl, you know, and he just, like, walks
That's
away.
actually so true.
Disgusting. It's crazy. It works every time. And I know, like, blah, 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 feminist take, blah, blah, blah. Dude, the amount of times I've done that in a bar, you would not believe. The amount of men that I've had that are platonic friends that have come up to me in bars and have been like, that's my girl, dude. Like, why are you talking to her? Because I couldn't get out of the situation is depressing. It really is.
What's really sad is at the time I loved my boyfriend I was with. I loved him and whatever. My coworkers knew that. And my coworkers hated my boyfriend. And they're just watching from the side, like, Pepe laughing to themselves, just, like, kind of giggling, and I'm like, will one of you help me? Like, I'm staring at them for help, like, frantically. None of them will help me. And I'm like, oh, and he's like, oh, I just want to think about him, and I'll text him to you. What's your number? And I was like, ugh, no, like, and I keep saying no in the best way possible, because maybe he's not hitting, and maybe I'm obviously very naive, and this was years ago, so I think I've hardened off since then, and I just don't want to be rude, and maybe he's not hitting on me, maybe he's genuinely trying to help, and so I don't want to just assume he's hitting on me by saying, oh, I have a boyfriend. Because I don't want to be a jerk. I just don't want to. And so he keeps saying, like, oh, I'll just send him to you. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I'll give him a fake number. I do that thing. So I'm like, okay.
And he's right next to you?
He's right next to me.
Dude, you gotta wait until you're leaving. I didn't fake number.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, the number's 91 whatever, blah, 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 blah. I give him the number. And he's like, oh, let me call you right now so you have mine.
Rookie mistake.
Again, I had never been hit on a man, or I've never been hit on by a man before this. And I'm like, oh. And he calls it, and of course my phone doesn't ring. And I first act like it, like I go, oh, yeah, got it. And he's like, it's still ringing. And I said, what?
Oh my God, pain.
And so I was like, okay, and then I just give him my real number. I give up. And immediately, and then he walks away and he leaves. And, like, the train stopped. We get off at our hotel. And I rip my coworkers a new one. I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? Like, none of you helped me. You saw I was in pain. Like, I was staring into their souls. And they were like, it was funny. And I was like, this is not funny. And so I call my boyfriend. And I'm like, this just happened. And I feel, like, so weird. I don't know what to say. And he's like, okay. Like, let me know if he texts you. He does end up texting me. And he's like, here's a few restaurants that are great. I'd love to take you to one. So then finally I said, oh, I have a boyfriend. I won't go with you. And then he's like, oh, no, I'll take the whole group. And I was like, fuck off. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, we're super busy because this is a work thing. 5 hours later, sends me a dick pic. And I was like, wow.
Wild.
Yeah.
I've definitely done my move with the fake number, though, is everything except the last digit. So if they're
I just made up numbers. It wasn't even close.
If they're, like, nearby me, it's like it's the blah, 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 6, But
yeah.
then I just keep giving them the wrong last digit. I've done that, like, 4 times over in one night.
I just didn't, I don't know, I'd never experienced this. So hopefully this is good, for anybody in chat, whoever gets, hit on in a way that's uncomfortable. You've learned from my mistakes what you should do, because it was so uncomfortable.
It's so lame, but the best move, and I've tried it with men and women. I've been like, this is my girlfriend, back off, right? Like, with just, like, my actual friend, and they never take it seriously. Men are so quick to respect another man's property. Like, you have to just be like, I got a boyfriend, even if you don't.
For the record, she's doing quotations around property.
Right.
Shit. Like,
audio listeners.
Yeah.
Property.
Yeah.
Quotations. But any other response, like, oh, like, I'm kind of in a complicated situation. Oh, like, I'm trying to stay single right now. Like, oh, like, I'm not really looking for anything right now. Doesn't matter. It's crazy. It doesn't matter until you bring another man into it, and then they're like, oh, shit, sorry. Like, it's so weird. It's so whack that it's like that, but it really is. So, that's kind of crazy. But there you go.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever asked someone for their number?
No.
Really?
Not
I did
once.
it one time, and
How'd
it
you
didn't
do
pan
it?
out. Well, I guess I didn't ask. I gave my number without them asking.
I've never done that.
Yeah, I did that. It was a guy who worked at a pizza shop. I've told this story before. And it turned out to be an awful experience. But I wrote my number on the pizza, like, receipt, and we left. I got the pizza. I was in the car with my friend, and I was like, oh, he's super cute. And she was like, give him your number. And I was like, oh my God, I'll do it. You know, like, you feel wild. And so I write my number on the receipt, and I just like, call or text me or something, smiley face, and I go, and I just walk back in, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I forgot your tip. Good line. Good job, cutie. You're genius. We're so proud of you. And I slide him, like, I think $5 and then my receipt with my number on it. And he texted me, and we went on one date, and it was the banana
old.
guy. Yeah,
He was old.
He was old, and I didn't realize because it was like a dark pizza joint. Yeah, it was terrifying. I thought he was a college kid because it was a pizza joint by the college, and I was like 18 or whatever.
Oof.
I was like, this is going to be great. And he was 28, and I was 18.
No!
It was rough. I don't remember what age is, but it was somewhere around there. It was a big age gap, and I was like, it was crazy.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I wonder where he is now.
I don't think I've ever given my number to somebody.
That was the only time. I think sometimes be ballsy. I think it is better to give your number than ask for a number, because then it's on them and you showed interest by giving your number. I think that is the better move. If a guy would be like, you know, buys you a drink and then slides a sticky note with a number or something, I think that's the way to do it, instead of going up to someone and say, can I have your number? So, like, back to the very beginning of that, like, if that guy, the way that guy hit on her, he could have saved his entire face if he walked by and said, I saw you from across the room, you have beautiful eyes, here's my phone number. Like, something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, saw you across the room, you're stunning, phone number.
My most recent one was downtown Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Guy came up to me, and he was like, we were all sitting at a table. It was girls' night. So we're all sitting at a table, like, I'm at the head of the table. Everybody's there.
She's famous. She's
listening.
at the head of the table.
I was just sitting there coincidentally. Everybody's listening, and he comes up to me, and he goes, so what are you passionate about?
What?
Yeah. And I was like, that was the first line he said. He didn't introduce himself. He didn't say his name. He didn't say anything. He goes, so what are you passionate about?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know. I like animals, I guess.
Guess.
Yeah, I was like, I like animals, I guess.
Her life is dedicated to animals.
No, I was like, I like birds, I don't know. And he's like, well, I ask you because I'm really, really passionate about art. And he starts talking about his artwork and, like, what he does for a living and whatever. And I make eye contact with Kaylin, Corey. Like, because she's sitting at the table. Second I made eye contact with Kaylin, I start laughing. Like, I just, like, was like, I, like...
You broke.
It was like, I broke, right.
Yeah.
I was trying so hard not to laugh because I was like, what the is this guy doing? I made eye contact with Kaylin, and I was like... like, and I just lost it. And he was like, I'm trying to tell you about what I'm passionate about, and you're laughing. And I was like, dude.
You're like, I'm a red flag.
No, I told him, I was like, yes, 100% you should be upset. Like, I'm laughing at you. It's actually fucked up. I'm going to be honest. This is not the time or the place. Like, you're a little much right now. Like, I'm sitting with my friends.
That's a good answer.
I told him, I was like,
good answer.
Look, like, your art is cool. I bet you're good at it. But this is too much. Like, it's just, it's funny because it's awkward. And he was like, I'm sorry, like, I just, like, wanted to ask you what you were into, like, I wanted to, like, make a connection. I was like, bro, it's just not the time. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You're at a table
full of girls.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what to tell you. And so they all stood up, all the girls stood up, and they're like, Maya, we have to go. And they grabbed me, and we run to another bar, like, giggling. And I was like, damn, I feel so bad for him. It was tough, but it also was important. Like, he needs... It would be enabling...
Every single thing he learns that lesson.
It would be enabling if we did not bully that man. You don't understand. He was so cringy. He was so cringy. He was trying to be so different. He was, like, trying to, like, make this weird, like, connection, whatever. He
was probably hoping you were an art girl.
It was important. It was important that happened to him. I think that was a big turning point in his life.
I think it's really good advice to put the ball in the other person's court and say, here's my number, and walk away. Do not wait. If they are interested, they will text you. Do not wait there and try to do whatever.
Fair.
I think that's good advice. Says the girl who's never been hit on.
I don't understand that.
I'm not approachable.
You think that's why? You think because you just look angry?
I tell myself that's why. I don't know.
think I have a
I don't
problem
know if
because
that's
I
why.
look not intimidating. Like, I look like I'm not gonna do shit, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I tell myself that's why. I don't know. I think, I mean, I don't.
That is why, because...
I don't want to be negative, so I'm just gonna say I think that is why. I don't think it's just because I'm atrocious looking. I think I'm just why. I think I'm
that's
just
certainly not why.
I think I just have that face that's
Still
like,
clubbing
don't
right
look at
now?
me. I don't. I'm scared of
You know
playing
what's the
clubbing.
difference between you and me? You have like a resting angry face.
Mhm.
I have a resting sad face.
So they're like, let me save you,
Yes.
my queen. Yeah.
Oh my god, the amount of people that are like, are you okay? Like, hey, like, you wanna talk? You wanna get out of here? You wanna like...
That's
are
funny.
you doing okay right now? It's like,
Yeah.
I'm literally fine.
You're like, I'm great.
I'm
This
doing
is my
alright.
face.
I don't... What do you mean?
Yeah, I get people all the time saying, are you mad? And I'm like,
Never.
I'm like, no, I got a cute little cat. I got a cute little puppy. They just cuddled up next to me. Audio listeners, I'm petting my cat and dog. Audio listeners needed to know that because these guys deserve pets. There's no way an audio listener is still listening.
No way.
That's why we have to have hour segments.
For sure.
And we'll call them beginning, middle, drunk. And so then everyone listens to the drunk portion.
And we only put the sponsors in the drunk portion?
No, that's a bad idea.
Why?
Because...
But it gets
because it'd get the most views. But it'd also be the most confusing. We're a new podcast. We're working on it.
We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
If you guys like it.
We're actually going to go on Omegle right now.
Or we will stop getting views and it'll end.
How many
Our
views do we
podcast
have?
functions on views because we are broken brain streamers.
10.7?
That's good. If we maintain 10K,
10.5.
we will keep this podcast forever. So tell your friends.
But if it goes below that, we're done.
We'll have a long talk with our attorneys.
We're really going to go on Omegle tonight. Dude,
Yes, we're going to
Did you
Amigo.
know-
I need YouTube videos. I'm desperate.
did you know that's how I started streaming?
What? No? What? No? How? What? No? Chat, say it with me. What? No?
I started streaming because after a very hard breakup of a 5-year relationship
I think
that I thought I was going to be in my entire life, I was very lonely. So I went on Omegle.
That's crazy.
Isn't it? And
My mom dies, I turned to streaming, you turned to Omegle.
Yep.
Wow.
I met these 2 guys that were like they were really small streamers, but they played like Destiny or something. I don't know.
Where are they now? Do you follow them?
Yeah.
Are you nice to them? Have you rated them?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
good.
haven't rated them. I don't
You
think,
should
'cause
rate them.
They get a bunch of I'm still cool with them, but I mean they're still like 5-year streamers, you know.
Okay, yeah.
But I maybe 10. Sorry, I don't know if that like offends you.
You guys are doing great. You're doing great.
I met them on Omegle one night, the 2 of them,
Uh-huh.
and then they followed my Instagram. I followed their Instagram because I got to talking with them for a while. And then they saw that I was posting singing videos on Instagram,
Uh-huh.
and they were like, "You should sing on Twitch." And I was like, "What's Twitch?" Like,
What homies?
What on that?
For telling you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he helped me. I had no idea what OBS was. The dude walked me through OBS.
What a
had
homie.
me download it on my computer, set up all the software, told me to buy a Blue Yeti, this mic.
That's actually a homie
I bought
move.
this mic in Champagne. I had my guitar. I sat on my bed. He walked me through OBS, got me a Twitch account. That's why my Twitch account is Maya Higa, because all of my other socials were
Maya Higa.
just my name.
That's
because I had no
that's
desire
really
to like
cool.
I had no desire to be a streamer. Like I had no intentions on like having a username. It was just
That guy should be a talent recruiter.
I know. It was just like my social accounts, you know, like my personal socials.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll just make my name. And then I started streaming, and then I brought Bean out on stream one day, and then there happened to be an LSF Karma Farmer in there,
Wow.
and that's how I got on LSF, and that's how I met Miss, and that's how everything happened.
And then it all happened.
It
You
all started with
Pokemon.
Omegle.
I remember I hated you.
What?
I hated you.
Why? Because I was blowing
I was
up?
friends with Halesby,
Oh, no.
and she hated you, so I hated you. And I was like, this girl. Who's this girl?
I have no problem with Halesby, for the record.
I actually have no problem with Halesby either. It was just at the moment she had like a thing.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, and so of course she would hate you because she was like,
That's tough.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
That's tough.
Dab. Audio listeners, I dabbed again.
Jesus, stop. It's so embarrassing. This is empty.
We're out of wine.
Where's the other wine?
We have a wine rack. Because Sad Dad made it for us.
Oh, God.
I could cry if I thought about how good of a person Sad Dad is.
Dude, is it a speech
I want
impediment
snacks.
or is it an accent
What?
that you say your R's like that?
What? How?
You say your R's really weird.
What?
Is that not... I mean, that's not just me that notices that, right?
Ludwig said that too. What word?
Just the way that you say your R's.
Ludwig has said this to me. And it made me really self-conscious. I went to speech
you just,
therapy
like,
for
really,
years.
like... I don't know how to
What
say
is
it.
the word?
The way that you do it. You say
What
like
is it?
You say like the word.
Give me a word.
Word.
Give me...
Like,
that's the word?
I say word like word.
Word. What? Stop.
Dude, it sounds like you have a
Give me a
bubble.
new word. Give me a word. Stop. Give me a... What did I say that triggered
Scooter.
this? Scooter.
There's no way you don't hear that. Scooter.
Scooter. What? Stop, you're making me feel bad.
Scooter.
Give me a word.
Scooter.
Where did this start from? Where did this start? What word did you hear me that I said?
No, I've always known this about you. You say it's...
My
you know
heart.
who else does it, if this makes you feel any better?
Uh-huh.
Kourtney Kardashian. She does the same thing with her R's.
I'm
I've
a
heard you do
Kardashian?
it.
Shut up.
I've caught myself doing it with my R's because you do it with your R's.
Ludwig, okay, so there's one word that I know I say weird, and it's burger.
That is definitely weird.
And I know it's weird because I've gotten feed. I can't, if you say it, I cannot.
Burger.
Burger.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
But I know I say it weird.
You do say
I know I say it weird because I've gotten feedback that I said it weird. And Ludwig started saying it weird, and I was like, why are you saying that weird? And he says I say it weird. And he started saying it like me.
Burger.
Burger.
You're saying it like there's something caught in your throat.
I don't mean to.
I think it is a speech impediment, and now I feel like a bitch.
Well, I went to a speech therapist for many years, and they didn't fix it.
Red wine. Oh, Paso.
Red wine.
Paso Robles at Central Coast.
Uh-oh, we're opening a second wine bottle. Uh-oh, we're supposed to have a moment.
What's the moment?
We have moments on Wine About It when we open a wine.
You keep saying that like we have something established.
This is our
We literally
tradition.
don't.
Shut up.
Tradition?
This is our tradition. Talk about the wine. Tell them about it.
This is Rabble red wine made in Paso Robles in 2019.
Where's Paso Robles?
Central Coast, California. I already said
You're
that.
yelling at me.
I'm literally not.
Shut
I just
up.
already said it.
I wasn't listening. Neither was chat. Plus white plus ratio.
You did not just, dude.
Plus you're bald.
That was so I'm literally not
You're
bald
cringe.
anymore. Oh my god. Cutie, shave
Stop
your
calling
head.
me cringe. I would
your head.
never shave my head.
Why, really?
My self-confidence is 0 out of 10. If I shaved my head, it'd be negative 12 out of 10.
You know what's crazy? I
What?
thought that would kind of shake my self-confidence, and it didn't really.
You thought you'd be confident if you did it?
No, I thought it would really me up. I
Oh,
thought I would just think
and
I
it
was
didn't?
ugly. But for whatever reason, and I look back on like clips and photos and stuff of me in some of those phases of growing my hair back, and I was like, damn, that was really bad.
I'm not
But-
gonna say who, but I know men that were like, Maya's hot bald. And if I
Interesting.
could tell you who later, but not
Interesting.
now.
But no, I mean, but the whole time, like, I can look back on those things and been like, damn, like, that looked really bad. But
Oh, this
for
is
whatever,
a new wine. Ooh.
it is. But for
Foul.
whatever reason, at the time, I just never felt ugly. Because I was just like, this is just how my hair is. Like, what am I going to do? You know?
That's such a healthy way to think about it.
I don't know. I just never thought about it.
I want to wear wigs as is, and my hair looks like this.
I never got into wigs. I was just like, this is just what my hair is like right now.
I will say, okay, so Bo Burnham said this best. I love Bo Burnham, by the way. Who doesn't? If you don't, leave.
Sorry, audio listeners, I screamed.
She's cold, so she screamed. I love Bo Burnham, and he said it best where I actually don't have the right way to articulate this. He articulated it best, but I don't remember how he articulated it. Essentially, the idea that if you point out your flaws, it makes you feel better than when other people point them out.
For sure,
It gives
for
you
sure.
the security of it.
For sure.
And so
I have small tits.
Yeah, she does.
So does Cutie.
Yes, I do.
Yay! We're
we
saved.
did it. We're saved. But, like, one thing I'll do when I start streaming, I'm really, really gross looking, I will start streaming and be like, hey, I'm so sorry, I look gross today. I'm self-aware, so then it doesn't hurt as bad when someone else points it out. Because one of the things that I find the most offensive, tell me if this isn't normal, is when people say that I am so full of myself, because I am not. And so when people think that, I feel horrible.
Cutie thinks she's a piece of shit. Yo, thank you for the 5. Yeah, Cutie thinks that she sucks.
I do. And it makes me feel bad when people think otherwise, because I don't want them to think that, because then I have this higher standard that I have to meet up to, and I just simply can't do it. And so it's very annoying, because then I had this old viewer, and this has stuck with me, and this happened many months ago, that even I think one of my mods currently would be upset that I brought this up. I had an old viewer post on my Reddit one time that was like, do you notice that Cutie just fishes for compliments? And it's like, no, I'm not fishing for compliments. I'm trying to set the standard so everybody knows that I know what you know, and this is how I am.
I do that with music.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like, I know that I'm warming up, or like, I know that I sound bad right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like, not like, tell me I sound good. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm aware.
It makes me feel better. Like,
Yeah.
it makes me feel better to know that we know that we're on the same page if I set the precedent of, yes, I look bad. So then people come in and they're like, you look like shit. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I already said that. So we're good. We're good. We're on the same page.
You wanna know how I know that I'm drunk right now?
How?
I think it's like a sibling instinct.
What? Mm-hmm.
But you just did like a hand motion, and your finger, your hand went here, and I like instinctually wanted to bite your hand.
Ah! That's
Yeah,
been scary.
that's really
We
weird.
would have done that.
That's really weird that I thought that.
You could have. I used to bite my sister a lot. I loved biting her.
Me too.
She would just be sitting in the car, and I look at her, and I'd lean over and bite her thigh.
I bit all my siblings and my sister, or
Yeah.
my brothers and my sister.
I remember, this is so weird, my sister, who was a straight A, straight-laced, like, very Mormon person.
Same. Well, minus the Mormon.
Yeah. I thought you said yours is still Mormon.
No,
You
no.
said minus the Mormon.
She's not Mormon.
Mine is still very Mormon.
She's gay as
The Mormons
Dating.
wouldn't like that.
She's dating a black woman.
She can't be Mormon. But my sister was in 6th grade and I was in 4th grade, I think. And my sister was, like, gonna get in a fight, which is crazy.
Have you ever been in a fight physically?
No. Well, I had a boyfriend that beat me up, but I would never really fight back.
Oh.
And so I count that as, like, I've took a punch, but I've never given a real punch. And I kind of want to someday, but I also don't, because that would hurt. It would hurt a lot.
Your hand?
I think, because then I'd also have to, like, I assume I would take some, too.
Right.
Anyway, that's a whole other thing. We don't need to get into that. Where was it going? Oh, so my sister was going to get in a fight, and she was like, you don't want to fight me because my sister's a biter. And I remember this was outside of the
Oh
school.
my God.
We were on the school grounds. My sister's like gonna fight. My sister grabs me and pulls her next to me, and this was my proud moment to stand up for my sister. And I just sat there and I went, and that was my moment. Audio listeners, I was chomping my teeth, and I felt so sick in that moment. I was like, yeah, I'm a biter. And they didn't get in a fight because my sister had 2 and she only had 1.
That is so
I was there. I saved my sister. In
That
4th
is-
grade, that's sick though.
That's so weird.
In 4th grade, I'm the cool one.
Okay,
I'm
in
the
4th
piranha.
grade, fair enough.
In 4th grade, I'm sick.
Actually,
I realize looking back now, that's
in-
weird. Kids
in-
are weird, but
In 2nd grade, I used to beat people up. And
casually?
I actually kind of feel bad about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because in 2nd grade, I used to go behind. I didn't beat them up, but
Okay.
like I would go behind the school, and like, I would, I would chase boys around, and I would grab
Isn't
them by
that
the
weird?
yeah. I
Yeah.
would grab them by the back of the collar, and I would pull them to the ground.
Oof. The most violent thing I ever did was in 6th grade to a boy who called me a... This wasn't... You're on a band trip, by the way. I played the trumpet.
Oh, my
Very
my
cool.
boyfriend in 8th grade broke up with me while he was on a band trip.
Really? Well, it wasn't a real band trip. We were going to perform at another elementary school. And we were on the bus on the way back, and we were getting off the bus, and this kid named Christian, not fake name, because Christian, Christian's getting off the bus in front of me, and he said something about me being a bitch or something. And I said, oh, yeah. And I took my trumpet case and I shoved it into his spine. Like, I swung up and hit him in the back. And I felt good about it. I really did.
Wow.
Christian. He was so rude to me.
Dude, in 2nd grade, I used to chase boys around after school, and I would grab them by the back of the shirt, and I would pull them to the ground.
You pull them, yeah.
And my adult brain likes to think they came back to the same spot every day. They would taunt me. They would, like, show up and
they wanted to play.
They were like, I'm here, you know, so
yeah.
it was like, it wasn't like they were, like, cowering in the corner and I just went and, like, found them and, like, terrorized them. But, like, they would show up and they would run away from me and I would chase them and I would grab them and I'd pull them to the ground. And there were a couple times where I'd pull them to the ground onto concrete. These boys got concussions from me. 100% they got concussions.
I wonder where they are now.
Like, brain damage at 2nd grade.
Yeah.
But I think they're fine now. One of them messaged me when I blew up.
Really?
Yeah.
I think about elementary school people because I remember hearing from, like, my older brothers, because I was the youngest in my family. I remember them being like, oh yeah, I don't remember anyone I went to elementary school. And being in elementary school and, like, almost scattering like a drunk person that's like, I'm going to remember this, you know?
Yeah.
And so I remember being in elementary school, like, 6th grade, and I'm like, I'm going to remember all of you. You are my queen, you are my queen, you are my queen. And I don't remember any of them. I remember a kid named Eric.
Actually, one of them, damn it. I wish
Trevor,
it was...
I had a big crush on Trevor.
I wish
I
it
had
was
a big
the
crush
one...
on Austin.
I wish it was the one that messaged me when I blew up, because then I would feel fine about this, but it's not. It was the other one, because there were 2 main ones that I would bully. The other one that did not message me when I blew up, probably because he was traumatized by, like, me as a person and what I did to him in 2nd grade.
Yeah. We don't blame him.
One time, I had him, because I had a crush on him, right? Which is, like, obviously why I would terrorize him. He came to my house in the 2nd grade for a play date, and I had to feed the farm, because I grew up on a farm.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, I took him around with me to, like, feed all the animals.
That's very cool. You had to have been the cool girl at that point.
No, because
Why?
I fed my pig. I had this potbelly pig, and she would eat too fast, and then she'd throw up. And I took him with me to feed her, to feed Bella, and we fed the pig, and then she threw up, and he was like, oh my god, like, this is so gross.
Turns out pig throw up, not an aphrodisiac in 2nd grade.
He was like, this is really gross, you do this every day? Like, ew, like, I hate this. And I was like, no, like, she never does this, like, she does it every day. And I was like, no, like, she's not, she's just really sick, like, she's okay, like, it's just, like, and I, like,
normally she's a lady.
In seriousness, pigs should not throw up. I mean, they don't have the
Something
digestive system to do that.
Her.
She truly, I mean, she was fucked up because she was like a inbred miniature potbelly pig, right? That's why she did that. But it was very traumatic at the time because I wanted to be really cool, and he was like, ew, like, you're so gross because your pig throws up. And I was, like, traumatized.
Do you know how I know I had issues starting at a very young age?
How?
In 1st grade.
Okay.
I've told this story on stream before. We'd play this game called Don't Eat Santa. And it was a bingo board, essentially, with a bunch of pictures of Santa. And what would happen is you would sit at this table, and one person would leave the room, and the rest of the group would pick a Santa, and that was their Santa. So it would be like, this Santa down here. And so then they'd put M&Ms on top of each Santa, and the person who left the room would come back in, and they'd slowly eat the M&Ms, and you'd hope to eat the most amount of M&Ms before you choose the Santa that everyone else chose. And then everyone in the group would say, don't eat Santa! And that was the game. So you tried to eat all the M&Ms. It was kind of like Minesweeper, where you try to get all the ones without choosing the one that... Okay, everyone's looking.
I'm really confused, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, let's play Don't Eat Santa. Guys, it makes sense. It's a grid with a bunch of Santas. You leave the room. The best of the group chooses one of the Santas. They put M&Ms on top of it. So M&Ms all over the grid. You come back in and you slowly eat the M&Ms until you choose the wrong M&M, which is on top of the Santa that the group chose.
Okay.
I can't explain this in a better way. Audio listeners, I can't explain this in a better way. Anyway. So I leave, it's my group. My crush, Austin. I was in love with him. I loved Austin. He was my first crush.
Mr. Show.
Mr. Show. He turned out gay. And it's really sad.
Have you had one of those?
No.
Never.
I kind of wish one of my exes turned out gay because it'd make my life easier.
I had one that turned out bi, and I'm pretty sure he only said that because he was gay and he felt too bad.
Really?
100%.
Yeah.
He also, that's one of the ones that well, that's a little much.
Oh no. Anyway, Austin, I had this big crush on him. He was my very first crush ever in my entire life. I don't know where he is now, but I know he's 5'2".
Okay.
It would have never worked out.
Honestly, my ex was 5'4".
You were also...
I'm 5'2".
Yeah.
I'm
5'8".
My dad's 5'3".
I'm huge.
My
I'm
mom's
a
5
big
feet.
girl. So I have this big crush on Austin.
Okay.
Moment of fate. The stars have aligned. Austin and I are in the same Don't Eat Santa table.
Okay.
This is my time to shine, right? So I go out of the room, they choose a Santa, I come back, sit down, and I pick up an M&M, but I don't eat it because I don't want Austin to think I am fat. I'm in 1st grade. That's how we know something's wrong with me. So I take my M&Ms, I keep them in my hand, and in my brain I'm like, I don't want Austin to think I'm fat. Plus, I'll give these M&Ms to Austin, and he'll be so excited.
That is so sad.
Yeah, I know. It's really sad. That's how I know something's wrong with me. And so I go and I grab them all, and then eventually they're like, don't eat Santa, and I'm really embarrassed because I'm like, oh, they don't want me to eat him, and anyway, I lose. I don't get all the M&Ms, whatever. And I hold on to the M&Ms, and Austin is sitting next to me, and I'm so nervous, right? And Austin goes, why didn't you eat the M&Ms? And so then me, Sly, 1st grader, I said, I was saving them for you. And he looks at me, and I go like this, and I now have poop, like melted chocolate in my hand, and he goes, ew, yuck! No! And my heart broke that day, and it's never recovered.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is so embarrassing.
It was a lot for me.
The first
Embarrassing story that I can think of was in 2nd grade with a boy that I had a crush on.
Fucking don't have crushes.
Don't have crushes. But
We say to our chat like they're in elementary school.
it was so dumb because it was in 2nd grade. I had a crush on this boy, and everybody in my class was gonna come on a field trip to my house because I grew up on a farm, and nobody that I...
That's very cool.
It was crazy. But
you know
nobody...
what's crazy? Real pause. When I graduated kindergarten, you went through as you graduated, you'd say what you wanted to be when you grow up.
Yeah.
I said a farmer.
Damn.
Because my grandpa was a farmer, so I want to be a farmer like my grandpa.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, continue, farmer.
But, okay, so, no, everyone was gonna come to my house because I grew up on a farm, and so everyone wanted to meet the animals. And this is so embarrassing. This isn't even funny.
Just tell it, it's fine.
I had a crush on him, and I was really excited about everybody coming to my house.
Wait, is this the same boy that saw the pig throw up? Okay,
different boy. He's really hot now, too, by the way, which kind of sucks.
I would love to see what he looks like. Out of curiosity. Just pull him up. Let's take a meander, and I'll tell you if he's actually hot.
He's probably not. It's probably just
I
like
date
my
the
history.
hottest man on YouTube. I'm curious.
Here's this one. But he was my crush, right? And so everybody was gonna come to my house, and I was so excited. You can go through his feed. I was so excited about, like, people coming to my house, and I made this joke, and it was, what?
This guy is a model.
He's hot, right? He's hot, right?
Oh
Admit
my
it.
god,
Okay.
and he's fun. Look at that.
I know!
Where is he now? Call him.
Fucked it
Call
up.
him.
I fucked it up in 2nd grade. Okay, so... my 2nd grade self.
Call him.
I made a joke, and it was a flop.
He totally remembers this.
He remembers it, and it ruined my chances in 2nd grade.
What was the joke? Oh my god, call him. Hello?
I was...
Do you still follow him?
Yeah.
Can I like an old picture?
No! Do not. Do actually
Can I
do
like
not.
an old picture so I know he knows you're looking? She took it away. I couldn't
You
do it, chat.
psycho.
Wait, you dig? I'm sorry we're yelling.
Did you like a picture?
I didn't.
Okay, so...
I'm Jim Halbert now.
I don't trust you for
I didn't.
She liked a picture. She commented. She said Pepe laugh.
I commented Pepe laugh.
She actually has this... Chat, mind you, my Instagram account is my Instagram account from middle school. Like,
We didn't have Instagram when I went to middle school, thank God.
Maya_Higa is my account. Like, he was one of my, like, 50 followers before, like, I grew my account as a business account. Move over. Anyway, my joke was he was putting on bug spray.
Oh, no.
To keep away the bugs. And I went, and I go, because the field trip was coming up, and I wanted to play hard to get, right?
Of course.
So I go, you think if I use that bug spray, I could keep all the boys away from my house?
It was good. It holds up. It holds up. It holds up. Don't worry. It holds up. It holds up.
And he said, I don't get it. I wanted to cry. I was like, oh, and I explained it. And I was like, I'm making a joke, like, boys are bugs because, like, they have cooties.
And he's in 2nd grade and he's like, actually, cooties don't exist. Females and males were meant to copulate together, and you're cringe, is what he said.
I learned the F word in 2nd grade, but I didn't use it in this situation, but I did learn it in 2nd grade. He said, my friend said, who I also had a crush on. I was wild.
You were a whore in 2nd grade.
I was huge.
You were out there. I had a crush on Austin from 1st to 6th grade. I'm a loyal
Wait, I made my best
Austin
friend.
and I could have been something. I don't know where he is now.
I made my best friend in kindergarten because I got in a fight with her.
Who was my best friend? My best friend was this is the epitome of how I make friends. My brother's best friend's little sister. So I was like automatically put on play dates with her, and then she became my best friend. So typical me.
My best friend in 2nd grade, we all got clay the first day of 2nd grade. I made a snowman, which is a very obvious creation because it's
a clay.
It's 3 balls and you just stack them, right? Mm-hmm. It's very whatever. But she made a snowman. So I was like, I need to confront her. Like, she copied me. So
I hate copiers.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I go over and
to
I was
this
like,
day, actually, I hate copiers.
dude, yeah.
We hate copiers.
Yeah.
No one better do an award show where we're calling them all copiers.
That's
all 10K of us. We're saying, that's up. QT already said she's doing it.
I went over and I was like, yo.
Maya, 2nd grade, approximately 1 foot tall. Yo, I saw your snowman.
And she was like, yeah, sorry, I saw that you made one and I wanted to make one too. And I was like, honestly, that's fair.
Admirable.
Yeah,
to explain it in that way.
That's fair. And then we started building them. We were best friends from from kindergarten to 5th grade. And then we had a falling out because we made double Dutch teams. And she was on the opposing team.
Uh-oh.
And we had team names and, like, team jerseys, and it became actual drama.
Dude, I don't remember. My best friend... Okay, for the record, Maya and I have a very different experience on the internet because she used normie name, normie everything,
right,
whatever. I'm QTCinderella. My name is Blair. Nobody who I went to high school with who knows Blair knows QTCinderella. I'm not kidding. I am Hannah Montana. If, like, I have Blair, like...
Cannot relate.
Blair's Instagram... If I posted on Blair's Instagram, yo, bitch, I'm famous, people would be really confused.
Dude, everyone that has followed my Instagram since middle school,
and has seen it.
I had 1,000 followers by the time I went on Omegle and met those guys that were like, you should go live. Like, all of the people that I met in college, the first couple years of college, everybody from high school, everybody from middle school, all of a sudden just saw my account go to, like, a couple 100,000. Yeah. And they were like, hello. It's so different.
I'm going to pull up my personal, I'm going to pull up Blair's Instagram right now and tell you how many followers it has.
Oh my god.
And you're going to be, you're going to be so confused.
She posts on there for proof of life. That's it.
The last time I posted on Blair's Instagram was It was actually, my only post this entire year was because I was back home for Thanksgiving, and I met up with one of my best friends. And that's it. That's all I posted in an entire year to prove that I'm still alive. I have 235 followers on my personal Instagram. On Blair's Instagram.
That's pretty big time.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And I think they would be really confused, because they'd be like, this girl was weird. Why do 100,000 people follow her? And I would say, I don't know. But, yeah. Why did we get here? Oh, because that one guy DM'd you.
What guy?
The one. When you got big, you said. From 2nd grade.
Oh. I've gotten a lot of DMs from people in high school. A lot of them, namely from guys that are on SoundCloud. Believe it or not.
Of course. No, I do believe that 100%.
They're like, yo, like, I loved AP Lit with you sophomore year. Like, listen to my SoundCloud. You want to check it out? Like, you want to get on a track?
I also always hated social media, because I don't even have a Facebook. I don't have anything.
I go on Facebook every day.
What? Why?
Currently.
Why?
Because I'm on a bunch of groups on Facebook. I'm in mushroom identification groups. I'm in falconry groups. I'm in bird.
Maya, let's go on a vacation and go on a truffle hunt. They had that in Italy. You could go hunt for truffles.
Don't fuck with me. I love mushroom ID.
I asked you to go on a vacation. You said don't.
Because you're not being serious. I'm very passionate about.
I will go. We just have to get Ludwig to fly with me and drop me off.
Oh my god, you're such a.
I can't fly in airplanes. I'm afraid.
QT's actually afraid.
I have a phobia.
Sucks.
It actually really holds me back in my
really
life.
Sucks.
And I know eventually when I'm 97 years old and on my deathbed, I will have regretted the amount I didn't go places.
I can't even say it like you.
My R's. They're weird. Stop.
Whatever.
I didn't say it weird.
Weird.
Stop.
Okay, why'd you say stop like that?
I don't know.
Stop.
I'm saying normal words. Stop. 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 You're making me feel really weird right now.
Weird.
I talk normal.
Stop.
Stop. Why are you looking at me like that? Are you
What
okay?
the fuck is that?
Audio listeners, Maya's looking at me like I'm a crazy person.
Anyway, so that
I'm
was
gonna pick
my,
up my cat because I love him.
That was my story from 2nd grade. I used to ride my horse by his house a couple times a week in hopes that he would be in his front
Olivia
yard.
Rodrigo's song. I used to wait. How does her song go? On a replace with
Say
horse.
forever. Now I drive alone past your street.
No, I ride alone past your street.
All right. No, I used to ride my horse past his house every couple weeks, or a couple times a week, hoping that he would be outside so that we could talk. He was never outside.
That guy.
But he did have he had a chicken named Butterball.
This is the same guy I looked at?
No.
Oh.
This was the guy that I used to beat up in 2nd grade.
I'm gonna Google my elementary school crush.
That guy. You want to see his brother? You want to see hot? Hold on.
I'll look up my boyfriend if I want to see hot.
Nice.
Thank you. I genuinely think Ludwig is very attractive, just so everyone knows. I don't know why I said that. You guys know.
Look at this man. This is his brother. See, he's in my sister's.
Who is this?
That guy's brother. He's in my sister's grade.
Oh, he posted a picture with his girlfriend that said, "You make me smile."
They're very happily
together. He's so sweet to his girlfriend.
That makes him hot.
Oh, that does, unfortunately.
Like, as a person, not to me, relax, everybody. He's too old for me. He's my sister's age. But anyway,
Oh, they are so cute.
What's I saying? That guy from 2nd grade, he had a chicken named Butterball. Oh god, I'm really exposing myself. There's no way he's watching. It doesn't matter. But that is the actual name. It's not a made up name of this chicken. He had this chicken named Butterball.
Made up names, and we should.
He had a chicken named Butterball. It was a.
I want to see something. I want to see if anybody that, like, from my high school follows you.
Was she a barter?
That I follow from my high school. Let's see. I'm on Blair's Instagram account.
I really don't like that.
Okay,
Anyway, he had this chicken. He was obsessed with her, right? She was a really good layer, cool chicken, whatever. He had like a chicken coop, and that was pretty much it.
She was a cool chicken.
She was sick. she died, right?
Aw,
And
that
then
was a
we
sad
had like
ending.
a funeral, and I made this really big deal out of having a funeral for Butterball. And this is really fucked up and very inconsistent, but my 2nd grade brain always hoped that she would get out so that when I was riding by, I could find her. Like, I would find her
And
on the road.
save him?
Yeah, and bring her back to him because I know how much he loved her, and there's a very human example of how fucked up we are.
Maya, I don't want to break this to you, but no one from my high school that I follow follows you.
That sucks. That's really embarrassing.
You're nobody.
Nobody that was at the Christmas concert except for one person talked to me.
That's
by the way.
my fault.
That 100% is her fault.
It is my fault.
I stood
I'm
there.
really sorry.
I was like, I must have the
Instagram.
biggest ego ever to think that all the
It
people
is
at
my
the
fault.
concert know who I am and like might want to talk to me or like say hey or look at me or
This
something.
is my fault.
I sat there.
This is my fault.
Behind
It's my
Cutie
fault.
while she was taking pictures
It's
with
my fault.
everybody.
It's my fault.
One girl comes up to me at the very end of the event and she's like, "Hi, Cutie sent me an email and told me not to talk to you guys, but I just really, like, can I please take a picture? I love Alveus. Like, I love what you do." And I was like, huh? Like, okay,
If
sure.
I would have known that everyone was down to take pictures with viewers, it would have been a different situation. Okay, so what happened, guys? All the viewers that came to the Christmas concert were my viewers. And I did not want them to harass my friends for pictures in case they were trying to get out of there.
Right.
And I just didn't want... They didn't sign up. Maya did not show up to sign up for a meet and greet. And maybe what I should have done, hindsight, 2020, I should have said, "Hey, Maya, if you come to the concert, are you okay if viewers take pictures with you?" And she would have been like, "Yeah, of course."
To me, it was so obvious. I was just waiting for them to be like,
I'm an
"Hey."
idiot. I'm an idiot, and I told my viewers to be very...
But I wish you told me that. Because
know.
I was so ready for everyone to be like, "Hey, like, Maya, what's up?" Whatever. I was sitting there on a stool, just sitting there. And they all didn't look at me because they got this email and they were trying not to be, like, creepy viewers.
I told people not to bother people.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, like, they do not
It
like me.
made sense in my brain because I figured none of these people... All these people who showed up were doing a favor to me, and I didn't want them to have to be, like, bogged down by viewers trying to take selfies.
Oh my god.
And so instead, every single person that came was offended. And everyone in chat that said that's kind of fucked, Cutie, is crazy because where
Who said that? Nobody said that.
Someone did. Where I got this from was because Ludwig had his kickball event with a lot of viewers, and it was kind of public, and some people found it, and they were waiting outside to take selfies, and we had security send them away because none of these people signed up for a meet and greet. They all signed up to play kickball. So in my brain, the lesson I learned there was nobody signed up for a meet and greet. They signed up for a little concert, a little cozy concert where they could come, show up, and leave. And so I felt really, really bad bogging people down, like, "Hey, Maya, do you want to take a picture with," like, making her feel like a zoo animal or whatever, because she didn't sign up for that. And so I specifically asked people to be extra courteous when it came to, like, taking selfies and stuff like that. And they really were for the most part, but what happened then, it was Maya and Austin and Myth and everyone else who attended was like, no one wanted a picture with me. And I was like, oh my god, I feel like an idiot.
Well, it wasn't like... It
I
wasn't
was-
like a big ego, like, nobody
I
talked.
know,
It was
but
like,
I
I
really
felt
was-
like they were, like, upset. Like, I thought they were upset about something, because I would be like...
They probably wanted a picture with you, and that's what they were upset
because
about.
I was like, hey, like, thanks for coming, what's up? And they would just be like, oh, hi. And
Oh.
then, like, run away. And I was like, what? Like, what happened?
Okay,
What
what,
did
I
say?
learned is next time I will say to everyone attending, "Hey, are you okay with doing a meet and greet afterwards? If not, let me know, blah, blah, blah." And I will send an email that says, "Hey, guys, you can take as many pictures as you want with XXXXX. Don't take a picture with XXXXX.
Yeah.
That's what I should have done, and now I know that. But every single one of these events, I've learned something.
True.
So
Fair.
I've learned something. Communication is key, and I know everyone there wanted a picture with every single person too. I know that because they were so excited to see certain people, and like even people that knew you weren't singing. I heard them when they walked in. They were like, "Maya's here! Oh my god, Maya's here!"
Ew. Oh my god, really?
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
That's so weird.
I would hear them walk by me because I made sure to say hi to everybody that came to the concert because, you know, they were strictly, like, they have to be a part of my Discord to get an invite, so I know they watch me. And, so yeah, I'd hear them walk in and they'd be, "Oh my god, that's Lily," or "Oh my god, that's Leslie," and they'd get so excited, and I felt, oh my god. Anyway.
That's so strange.
I learn every single time, and that's what's the cool thing
Dude,
about these
one of them
events.
scared me.
Why?
Because I forgot that viewers were showing up,
Mm-hmm.
and I got there a little bit early, and I was you're
Right.
probably here, so whatever, you're fine. But I I was early to the event. Like, everyone was just, like, setting up.
Right, because you even said to me, you're like, I'll come help. And I was like...
Yeah, I was like...
Me with my brain cut off, I was like, I don't know what you can do.
You, like, use my hands, like, where can I move stuff?
Yeah.
Can I, whatever? And everybody was just like, no, you're good. Like, just sit, just relax. I didn't want to relax. So I was going to walk to a CVS to get, like, a bag of candy or something useless. Because I just wanted to, like, walk
funny.
and, like, be, whatever, be
Feel useful, yeah.
So... I went out of the building and I started walking to the CVS, and this guy comes up behind me and he was like, "Hi, like and I was like, "What? Like who are you?" Like, because I forgot the viewers were gonna be there because they were all waiting to get in. I forgot that they were at the building, and I just like, I was completely like normie brain, like going to the 7-Eleven, like getting it, whatever, just completely in my normie brain. And he was so nice. Like, it wasn't creepy at all. It wasn't creepy at all.
Yeah.
But I was, like, so confused at the time. I was like...
Everyone that showed up was very, very sweet.
Oh, they were so nice. Yeah. There was nothing weird, which is crazy, because I was sure I was gonna get stabbed. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't tell you this before the concert because I didn't want to freak you out, but I was sure I was gonna get stabbed too. I was so nervous about being there.
No, I was
like, there are so many opportunities here for somebody to come
You can see if you watch the beginning. Okay, but what you might have not.
I cannot believe that you streamed the entry. Because that, like, the
people could have figured it out, yeah.
Dude, the checkpoint of people coming in and them knowing that it was live, like, so many things could have gone wrong.
I had 2 security guards posted outside. Okay,
Still.
This is a lot of stuff people don't know, is I am a very anxious person. I am diagnosed OCD. I think through every situation. I have issues. I'm fucked up. You don't want to know the beginning of it. No one even, like, Maya maybe knows the surface of it. No one knows how really fucked up this brain is. But the cool thing about this event...
QT refused people to come to the event because they had timeouts in her chat.
Yeah. If you were ever timed out in my chat, you didn't come to the event.
Nothing.
You didn't come. If you ever had a timeout, you did not get invited.
She was not
I wasn't around. If you did not... So what happened, this is how this event worked. I wanted viewers to come. I wanted to give something back to my community in any way that I could, but I didn't want people traveling, so I wanted to be only California-based. You had to fill out a form, submit your California ID, or you could not come, submit your Vax card, or you could not come. Then... every single person went through a background check, a legal background check. If you even had a misdemeanor, out. If anything came up even kind of weird, out. Then I had a mod go through your entire chat logs to see if you ever said anything weird, and if you did,
everybody's channel that was there.
Dude, that's
There
bad.
is one person that I almost didn't invite because they were mostly a Ludwig viewer. And, like, they subbed to me and never talked to my chat, but was mostly a Ludwig viewer. And part of me thinks that maybe I shouldn't invite them because then at the end of the show, they sat there talking to Ludwig for, like, forever. And I was like, shh. This was not Ludwig's concert. Like, I don't want him to be bothered. Of course, like, he's my boyfriend. He would do anything for me, but I don't want him to be bogged down, like, blah, blah. Anyway, so if you did not pass the chat logs, you were out. And there were quite a few people that just didn't pass. Some of the people that applied to come didn't even follow me. And I was like, yeah, you're out. Like, that's just sus.
Yeah.
They did not get the address to the building until 2 hours before the event.
Respect. Honestly,
because I just wanted to keep it as safe as possible.
That's how I would do it too.
You were not allowed to bring bags in.
Yep.
Every single person got metal detected.
Bags. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was as safe as humanly possible. The address was not out there. It was very, 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 very safe. Yeah. And even at the beginning, I was very uncomfortable.
But
you
a bunch
see
of
me
them,
and I was like,
so many of them were women.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Many women.
It was very cool.
And
I think 50% of the audience was women.
Dude, like, normal chicks too, like
they
bitches
were very
that
sweet.
I could, like, hang out with.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's crazy.
I'm proud of myself.
Thank you for the 5.
Yeah. I did not do a good job singing, but I did a great job putting together an event. And I'm fine with that.
You did do a good job singing.
I did an okay job. I was so pitchy. I watched back a video that my editor put on QTCinderella clips, and it was me and Ludwig singing Baby It's Cold Outside.
That was good.
And at the end, I couldn't hear the song, and so I said, but it's cold out. And you have to, like, yell. Like, loud sing.
Everybody was yelling, though. So
it was so off pitch.
You couldn't hear it in the audience.
Oh, it was painful.
Everybody was yelling.
It was painful on stream. But I don't even feel bad about it. I don't feel bad. I worked a long day. It was a great stream. It was a great event.
Let's go.
Fuck it. I know, that's the first time in my life I've ever said that.
It's so crazy hearing Cutie talk like
I've
that.
never said that. You guys don't understand. I end stream and I immediately say everything that was wrong with it.
Oh my god.
Because I want to fix it. I'm a fixer.
Dude, that was like me on the Halloween event. I ended stream, I immediately went to my car and just cried for like an hour and a half.
That was shit camp. I cried my eyes out. Cried my eyes. Everyone else went to the club to celebrate and I sobbed.
Right, same.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because all the viewers look at it and they're like, that was so good.
That was great,
like,
yeah.
Look at all the viewers, like, look at all the streamers, look at all the viewers, like, such a cool event. And, like, the person who leads it just sits there and cries because they're like, this was wrong, this was bad, this was bad. It's so wild.
Well, my problem is I should have had more of a break on the last day of shit camp. They went kickball and they were all worn out. And then I said, here's the finale stream. And every single person is sitting there like...
Yeah.
And so then I ended stream and I was like, everyone was asleep and it was my stream and I tried so hard. So,
dude.
But I learned next time, the last stream, there needs to be more of a break and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to do more of them. For people who don't know, is I have the biggest FOMO in the world. You can ask anyone who lives in Texas.
Sure.
That whenever there's an event, I'm sitting at home crying.
Cutie's the most Texas ever, and she's just stuck in LA.
I'm stuck in LA because I'm in love with a man.
It's so frustrating.
I know. I love him so much, though. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. For anyone who ever questions that... I'm in fucking LA when I should be in Austin. Like, I love this man. I love him very much. And so, I'm stuck in LA and I'm watching these events and da-da-da. And finally I had this epiphany where I was like, I've always been very insecure about, my friends here and who, like, will say yes and blah, blah, blah. And finally I was like, guys, like, I was at dinner with everybody and they were saying, why don't we do more events? Why don't we do more casual things together? And I like, lit up and I was like, oh my God. Please. You know how like OTK does these great events and they're all based in Texas and I'm not in Texas. I don't have my friends near me. And they're saying this stuff and I was like, I started like fluttering and I was like, oh my God. And I get so excited. And so we're doing it. We're doing it in LA. We're doing it. We have XQC, we have Adept, we have Hassan, we have Will, we have Myth, we have Lud and myself. And that is the main group, which is pretty great. And we're going to do events together. And it's going to be great. We don't need an org. We just have us. And that's going to be amazing. So our first one is on Tuesday. And it's going to be on Hassan's stream. And we're just going to rotate whose stream it's on. We're doing gingerbread houses. Maya's going to be there. Amaranth's going to come.
What?
Yeah. I
She's
tell you that?
flying in here?
No, she's in town for other reasons.
What the fuck?
And so she's just
I
going to
moved
stop
my
by.
flight so that I could be on that stream.
Yeah. So we're going to start doing it like once or twice a month. And I'm just going to plan stuff and tell people dates. And that's just what we're going to do. Because it makes me happy to be around people I care about. And so, yeah.
That's pretty big time.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. And because I mean, Maya would know. I think I can say it now because I'm in contract or whatever. But TSM was my dream team for a very long time. I love TSM. I'm very passionate about TSM. But I sat there struggling for a very long time making sure it was the right choice because all of my friends are on other orgs and I was very stressed. I'm like, am I making the right choice? And I think finally I said to myself, I love TSM, and I can still do cool things outside of it without being on another org with the people that are around me. And so it feels very good to, like, finally have that breath of fresh air where I'm like, okay, I can do this. But hopefully people don't just look forward to my events, and hopefully they'll also watch my solo streams, because they're different. But
it bleeds over.
It'll bleed over.
It's tough, because events are important, and collabs are important, and I wish they weren't.
The thing is, I genuinely love events. I think my long-term goal, like, 5, 10, okay, maybe not 5 years. You guys will still watch me in 5 years, right? 10 years from now when I'm old and, like, people don't want to watch I don't want to know how old I'll be in 10 years. We don't need to think about it. 25. Nobody wants to watch a 25-year-old.
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm 15.
Jesus.
I'm great. I look great. Nobody wants to watch, whatever. Did you just take my wine away from me? That's rude. I want to, like, have, like, I want to plan events for streamers that's just turnkey, where they just pay me, and I say, okay, show up, do your cookie decorating stream. Why?
I could never put my time and effort into an event and then rely on streamers to execute it. I would be furious.
I mean, they'd pay me for it.
I'd be furious every time. Doesn't matter. I'd be like, you're gonna waste my time? Go fuck yourself. Like, I hate when people waste my time. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Drives me insane. Like, I don't know how you do it. I really don't. But respect.
Did I say something that I had to take my wine away? Did I say something offensive?
Yeah, you said you were 15. Stupid.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. That's why I can't drink.
Jesus Christ. Fuck, what were we talking about before that?
I don't know.
I can't believe you haven't cut these off yet. It's driving me insane.
Stop!
Cut them off. There. See, that's what I'm talking about.
No, I'm not.
They gotta go.
I'm not gonna put them on hangers.
They gotta go.
My kitty will play with them, Dersey.
He's sleeping.
You
he's
want
awake.
this? You want
Oh my
this?
god, he's alive.
You want it? He loves strings. He'll do anything for string.
What a simple brain.
He's a simple little boy. He just loves strings.
Good job, Durs.
Yeah.
String.
You got it. Just up from a nap automatically for a string. Oh my god. I love this cat.
Yeah, we were talking. We were talking about collabs and dude. I wish I never had to do collabs. The only people
I love them.
No, the only people I feel comfortable with on stream, genuinely comfortable, you, Slick, S-Fan.
Really? That's so interesting.
Dude, I don't know why. Everybody else, I'm just like, no, like, I'll do collabs with other people, right? Of course. But, like, those are the only ones that don't feel forced at all.
I can be cameraman for any stream.
Same.
I feel very comfortable cameraman. I do not feel comfortable somewhere else. Because I don't know how to act. Compared to cameraman, I just have to be quiet.
I mean, me and Slick, every week, we have a guest every week. And it stresses me out every
Really?
time. Every time. I feel so much pressure to, like, include them, make them funny, get them in on the inside jokes, help them farm, make it a good stream. It's so much pressure, and so that's why I don't want guests here. It's so much pressure.
Especially because by the time they get here, they'll be sober and we'll be drunk.
God forbid I fly all the way to fucking California to have a guest that's dead air.
Yeah.
I'd be so mad.
I mean, the biggest goal about Maya flying to California for this podcast is to make it worthwhile. And so we've got to figure out how to make it worthwhile. I think it'll take a bit for us to figure out how. But if we find a sponsor...
It's already good.
Okay, as long as you think it's worthwhile. I get very self-conscious about you thinking it's worthwhile.
It is worthwhile.
Because I'm trying to put my she-shed into it.
It's stressful when the view... I mean, this is only the second time. It's stressful because the view count is going to fall from the first one.
It is definitely going to fall.
Obviously.
I mean, even if you think of Housewives was like at 30K.
For sure.
And then it was sitting at 7.
But it's still like... I think it's important to diversify content, you know? I think people like it. I think they think it's interesting. I think it's something to look forward to, and I think that makes it work.
A lot of this stream has just been us being self-conscious.
Really?
Maybe. Sorry, audio listeners, but we are currently self-conscious.
I do think it's important, though. I think
audio listeners, this is a quiet moment. We're watching Durs, my cat, attempt to get on the coffee table.
He can't do it.
He gave up. He's thinking about it, though.
He got scared.
He's so cute. I love this guy.
You can do it.
You can do it. Do you want me to help you?
Look, an ornament.
I'll help you.
Oh, wow.
I think it's because it's clear. He thinks it's see-through.
That's honestly
do not smell
fair.
wine. Yeah, that's what it was. Because it's a glass table, so he doesn't know that he can stand on it. I love this kitty.
He's so cute.
How many hours are we at?
Over 3.
What?
It's 9.
Oh my god, we're at 4.
Yeah. Over 4.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Chat. That's the podcast.
And that's this week's episode of Wine About It.
We came in with actually 0 preparation. Cutie and I, without exaggeration, we've talked 15 minutes total today. I've been at her house all day.
I avoided talking to you on purpose for this past month.
What?
on this especially today, I didn't want to bring up anything I wanted to talk to you on the podcast. Because then it would just be repeating myself. So I purposely...
Okay, you shouldn't do all that.
I'm sorry, it's psychopathic, but I have to do it. I couldn't tell you about girls' night.
Fair enough.
Because I had to tell you about it. I couldn't tell you about Brooke's mom. By the way, Brooke's mom, if you're still watching, Mama AB, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
It's a fake candle, don't worry.
It's fake. Yeah, all the candles are fake.
He's not gonna
hurt himself.
Nah, I've just been chilling all day. But today's podcast was very not structured. I hope that it was fine because we were just
shit.
We were just all over the place. But I do think that that's where this podcast should be.
Yeah.
I think that's the...
Literally, our description, they asked me for a description when we put it on Spotify and Apple Music. They were like, what's your description of your podcast? And I said, a drunk phone call between Cutie and Maya that you're invited to listen to. That is our bio. That is the bio of our podcast.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a mess. But if you're here, thank you so much. Thank you for coming back.
This will happen monthly. The second Sunday of every month.
Second Sunday of every month. Let's go. Second Sunday of every month, I'm flying to LA in this studio. Cutie and I are doing a podcast.
I dabbed again.
Big time.
Audio listeners.
God, you're so cringe. Second Sunday of every month.
I have to pee so bad.
I do think we should make it later.
You know I'm down.
Literally, the only reason I ever say 5 p.m. CT is because I think, for some reason in my brain, I'm like, it'll be easier for people to remember, because it's like, it's 5 p.m. somewhere. But that's really dumb. Like, we should probably start at, like, 6 or 7. But then again, EU is f***ed that way. But EU is f***ed at 5 p.m.
no matter where they are.
Right.
EU, you're f***ed.
Wait, what time should we start?
For EU frogs,
for
9 a.m.
PST.
No.
What time should we start for PST? I'm looking at chat right now. 6? Later? 6? 8? 6?
I mean,
7?
if we're looking at when people get offline, we need to start at 7.
Because that's 9 CT.
That is my sweet part.
9 CT.
That is when Hassan's offline,
10.
that is when Lud's offline, that's when Miz is offline, and I'm zooming. Sad that we have to think of those things, but I do, so.
Alright, let's do 7 p.m. PST then.
Okay.
Alright,
that means
whine
you could
about
always
it.
fly in day of, too, because that's a late flight, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you could come in, if there's special events, you can come in early, obviously.
Okay, whine about it. Second Sunday of every month, 7 p.m. PST, which is 9 p.m. CT, which is 10 p.m. Eastern.
Perfect. You can catch it live on twitch.tv/Maya.
And then you can catch Whine About It's YouTube videos on youtube.com/QTCinderella.